Good evening and welcome to Memorial Stadium. It is round 2 of the state GHSA 4A playoffs. Benedictine welcoming in the Grangers from LaGrange, who have come clear across the state for a second round matchup. LaGrange comes in at 9-2. Benedictine at 11-0. Hope to be 12-0 after tonight's ball game here. But they've got a tough LaGrange team who won in a big way in round number 1. BC won in a big way in round number 1 as well. And, of course, BC being a higher seed didn't have to travel all the way across the state. And someone said, I believe this is the first time that they have played LaGrange, have the Cadets, since 1996. So it's been a long time since these two teams have met. And they'll square off once again here tonight at Memorial Stadium. I'm Kevin Thomas. Alongside me, Stevie Powers, the Golden Arm quarterback for BC not that long ago, joining us. And, Stevie, nothing like playoff football. Crowd is into it tonight. Better weather than we had last week. It was cold and rainy. This is kind of mild temperatures. A great night for football here in Savannah.
Yeah, beautiful night. Nothing like playoff football in South Georgia. It's going to be a really good night tonight. Looking forward to a great matchup here.
Now, last week, offensively, got off to a great start, scored on the first possession, then kind of struggled till a little bit into the second quarter, kind of find their rhythm. I would imagine here against a good LaGrange team would be important, get Luke in rhythm early. Yeah,
I talked to some of the coaching staff down there before the game and talked a lot about this defense tonight. So it's going to be really important to get our offense in a good rhythm early on, keep the defense off the field, and win the time of possession battle.
Offensively, they get their running back Malachi Render, Fannin Render, and he comes back after an ACL injury that happened in the spring. He had 7 carries for 47 yards at his return. They're looking for him to be a big spark here tonight for LaGrange. And, again, you talk about, Stevie, you go up against certain programs. LaGrange, one of those around the state that seemingly is always good. I saw something put out there. They're one of the few schools in the country that have 800 wins as a school. So they've been around. They've played a lot of good football. And, again, this is just the next test you're going to face on this path, a program that's used to winning football games here in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, you don't run into many programs at this point in the season that aren't good. So this is obviously every week's a battle. You got to go 1-0 every week. Sounds like they had a great week of practice. Our cadets did. So hopefully we can come out tonight and put a stomp to them early.
Coin toss taking place at midfield. Your captains, Houston Jackson, Luke Cromanhawk, Bryce Baker, and that's going to be, looks like Taylor Waddell. I believe BC won the toss, and they won, and they will kick the football. So they will take the ball in the second half. So, again, with this offense, why not try to take it right in the second half? And if you're behind, I always like that strategy anyway, because if you're behind, my offense gets the ball, and if you're ahead, my offense gets the ball with a chance to do more damage. To me, it's a win-win to defer to the second half.
No, I agree with you. I always like getting the ball, giving the ball away to start the game. We get down to the, late in the second quarter, if you have an opportunity to score and then get the ball right back, whether you're up or down, it gives you some great momentum going into halftime.
So BC will kick it away first. They head back to the end zone to run out on the field. LaGrange wearing those gray pants, white tops, blue letters and numbers, and the blue helmets for the Grangers. BC in the maroon pants with the gray tops tonight, with the maroon numbers trimmed up in white, and they're back to the maroon helmets this week after kind of the all grays last week. So a little bit of a change in the uniform as the Grangers run out onto the field, and the Cadets getting ready to go. And again, the next step in the journey getting ready to start here for BC as they played a lot of football, have these seniors. And we talked this week with Galen House and just what it's been like coaching this team, the confidence they have. And Stevie, I would imagine what you hear the coaches talk about this team kind of relate to what you guys were in your senior year. A lot of guys who had played 2-3 years of varsity football, played a lot of games, won a lot of games, and were expected to go make the ultimate trip, obviously, to the state championship game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys know they have a lot of expectations, but really that stuff doesn't matter at the end of the day. I mean, you got to go out, like we said before, you got to go 1-0 every week, be mature about the process. They've been through this process the past couple of years. They know what it's like. They know how to handle the pressure. So look for those guys to come out and really be great leaders tonight.
Of course, Benedictine coached by Danny Britt. Chris Napier, the head football coach of LaGrange. And if that name sounds familiar, he is the brother of one Billy Napier, who is the head football coach at the University of Florida. So a little football lineage there across the way for LaGrange. Oh, no, BC's taking the football. He kind of The lead official pointed like he said they were going to kick, but BC is taking the football, so my apologies. So we got okey doke by the officials right away. Here's the opening kick, goes up the left hash. It's going to be short, coming down at about the 13, taking the 15, 20, 25, right to the middle, 30 spinning, in across the 35 and brought down. I believe that was Bryce Baker on the return. And so BC with great field position to start, and they'll be led out by their senior quarterback and five-star commitment to Florida State, Luke Kromenhawk. And again, to me, at this time of year, Stevie, that's where it starts, is you go with that guy to get things going.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot on his shoulders, and he knows it. He loves it. He embraces that. And like we just said before, he's been through this a time or two, so he's ready for the challenge.
Cadets will come out. They'll employ the H-back to the left. Luke will give it inside. This is Nasir Samuel. Na's going to plow ahead towards the 40, give him a gain of 4 on first down. And that's just straight ahead power football to get things started.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good defensive front that we're facing tonight. So our offensive line's got to do a good job protecting Luke and opening up some holes for those guys to make plays.
Cadets will put trips to the left. One receiver up top is LaDon Bryant. Here's Luke looking near side. The bubble screen. This is going to be Bubba Frazier. He's hit immediately. And no gain as he stopped at the 40. And brought down by a host of LaGrange defenders led by number 5, J.J. Johnson. And this is just, we've seen this a lot from A.J. DePhillips. You test them inside, you test them outside, try to see where they'll chase you side to side, and a little gamesmanship early to kind of see what that LaGrange defense has. Now here's third and about 5. Luke rolling to his right, has a man, threw it behind him, and it's going to be incomplete. And I think some of the coaches on LaGrange may be worried that Bubba Frazier took a late shove in the back, but not called. I think you saw one of their coaches like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
And BC, though, is going to have to punt. And on comes Connor Ferguson. So 3 and out here for BC. It will be Bryson Cockrell back deep. Low snap, dug out. And a nice punt is going to be caught at the 25. Shakes a tackle at the 30, stutter steps, and brought down by a host of maroon jerseys there. Led by number 87. That's Wyatt Easterbrook on the special teams cover. And now we'll see the matchup of LaGrange's offense against the BC defense. And Stevie, the BC defensive front 7 has been really, really good. Led up front. Obviously, you're talking about Tank Thomas right there in the middle. Cam Cody has been amazing. Arion Guyton, third Scroggins. Those guys have really played well as the season has progressed.
Yeah, they've done a great job on the front. Faced some pretty good offensive lines, Ware County, some other teams that we've played, and they've done a phenomenal job. So let's see what they can do. They're up for a test tonight.
Empty backfield here for LaGrange. They'll give it on the end around. This is going to be Fanner Render. He spins, makes a man miss. Still got a first down at the left side, the 50, 45, 40. Up the left sideline and knocked off his feet at the BC 32. And a big run on first down for the Grangers. And that, again, I believe is, that was going to be J.D. McCutcheon, rather. Looked like number 2. A lot of the Grangers tucking their jerseys under and makes it difficult to read. So LaGrange quickly up. They'll run out of a pistol. Now shift some guys around, move a tight end to the left. Here's the snap, and somebody moved.
There'll be a false start.
And I think that's going to back LaGrange up.
That late ship by the D-line got him going. See that on Saturdays a lot with the Georgia Bulldogs.
And again, that's a good quick slowing down of the momentum. A big play on first down, and immediately you get them going back.
I love that late shift. Right before the ball snapped, your D-line shifts to the strong side. Get that little bit of a hesitation just to slow the offense down.
Quarterback is Malik Kemp for LaGrange. It's 1st and 15 out of a pistol look. They've got a receiver to either side. Now they're going to check back to the near sideline. And now Kemp, he'll take the snap, look to the near sideline, going to be caught out in the flat and gets a block and shoved out of bounds after a gain of 6 up the left side is Jet Napier. And it'll be second down, call it 9.
Going to see that a lot tonight with LaGrange. Get up to the line, see what BC is going to give them defensively. Check with the sideline right there. You know, our corner guy was 15 yards off, so they're going to run a quick pass out there and take what the defense gives them.
So second down and 9 from the Cadet 30. LaGrange with their first possession here of the ball game. Here's the snap to Kemp. He'll give it on a delayed give off the right side, and a gain of a couple there by McCutcheon. And that'll make it third and about 6. So a big down here early for the BC defense.
Need to get off the field right here. These are the make or breaks in games like this.
So a big play here early for the Cadet defense.
LaGrange taking their time early too, really using that clock. Time of possession is going to be big too, wearing down the defenses.
8:42 to go here in the first. Empty set for Malik Kemp. They'll motion a man across the formation. Kemp going to keep it. BC there to close the corner and shuts it down. He's still on his feet, maybe a yard. It'll be fourth down and 5 as Kemp tried to sneak it off the left side. And BC shut that down. Bryce Baker hit him first. And they will trot on to place kicker Mason Calhoun, a sophomore. He'll put it down at the 33, so a 43-yard attempt. And just to watch out of the hold of Malik Kemp, so the quarterback doing the holding as well. And BC actually has Antonio Hansen, man, kind of playing a safety spot here. I don't know if BC is going to come after this. From the left hash, a 43-yard attempt. It is up, and it is short. No good. BC defense holds. And so after initial body punch there, Stevie, Cadets get off the field.
Yeah, great job by the defense on that 3rd and 6 there. Way to stay home, be disciplined. Get the quarterback down on the ground, make him kick the field goal. It goes our way.
So 1st and 10, the ball will be, see, Danny Britt used this a lot. And from this field goal, it goes down to the 20. So actually about like a 15-yard punt or so, if you want to look at it from that perspective.
It throws me off every time.
So the Cadets, their second possession with 7:50 to go here in the first. Luke's got a shotgun, twins to his left. He'll put Ack Edwards H back off to the left. And LaDon Bryant, top of the formation by himself. Now he'll put Nasir over that way. Here's the snap. Inside give, Nasir Samuel. And he'll plow ahead, still on his feet, out towards the 23. And a little extracurricular after the play, as Jacoby Ward mixing it up with somebody over there.
It's not the guy I would want to get.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I'm not sure if I would play too much with Jacoby Ward.
So give him 3 on first down. It'll be second down and 7. Here's Luke looking. Quick out. He is caught by LaDon, and they'll give him forward progress. Should be up maybe 2 yards short. Oh, that's a bad spot. I thought he got a little farther. They'll mark him 3 yards short. It'll be third down and about 3. I thought maybe he had the 28. They put him at the 27. Now they move the chains, move the stick to the 28. So third down and 2. Maybe they heard me all the way down there. Gave him a better. Yeah. So third and short here for the Cadets, like to extend this drive. They'll motion everybody in tight. Here's the snap. Luke going to give. This is Nasir trying to get the corner turn. He does. He stays on his feet, has the first down. And he's hit down at the 32, 33-yard line. 33-yard line of first down. And that was just great patience that time by Nasir.
Really, really good patience. I mean, they had that thing strung out for a while. And he just rode those blockers till he could find a seam to get that first down.
6:25 to go in the first. BC ready to go. Luke, straight drop. Looking, it's got someone over the middle. It's in and out of the hands, Bubba Frazier. That would have been a first down if he hangs on to it. And that had a little steam on it. Coming out of the hands of Luke Cromenhawk. That's one I think he feels got to be caught. Here's the snap into round 2. Bubba Frazier. They go right back to him. He's tripped up, but he'll get 2 out to the 35.
Really disciplined LaGrange team here, especially on the defensive side. Playing their assignments really well here early on.
Tackle made by J.T. Burks. And now a big call here for A.J. Phillips on 3rd and 7. Really 3rd and 8. LaDon Bryant solos up top. Luke checks with his offensive line. They're going to flip the formation, now give him trips to the left. Ack Edwards goes out right. He's an empty backfield. Here's the snap. And what happened? False start against BC. He's going to back him up. Not sure who they were going to call that on. And maybe some of that late movement by LaGrange. Same thing coming back the other way. Got the Cadets that time.
Yeah, a taste of our own medicine right there.
5:28 to go here in the first. Good to have you along here on Watch BC Sports. Again, no video for the home games per the request of Benedictine. Third down and 13. Luke on a straight drop. He's got pressure up his face, and he avoids the sack. Still on his feet, lets it go, and incomplete. Great job of staying on his feet for Luke Cromenhawk. And again, that's going to go as an incomplete pass, but you could be looking at 4th and forever back inside your 20. Luke manages to stay up and get rid of the football.
Yeah, that's one of those plays where you look back at the end of this game, obviously depending on the score, and just that could really change the flow of the game right there. So great job by Luke to be able to stay on his feet, just get rid of it.
Connor Ferguson to punt this one away from his own 16-yard line. Good snap. They're coming after it. He gets it away high. Hanging punt is going to come down at the 34 of LaGrange. Fair catch made by number 6, Cockrell, and that's where LaGrange will take over their second possession. So far, Stevie, if you're on this Cadet sideline, what do you feel good about offensively that you've seen so far in just a couple of possessions?
Well, I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot there on 3rd down with a false start. But other than that, I mean, really good, clean football. We knew this was going to be a good football team, a lot better than the team we played last week. So just got to come out, get in the flow of it, see what the defense is giving you, and start taking advantage of those things.
So here is Kemp. He'll motion a tight end over to the left. Here's the snap. Kemp going to give it off the left side. BC reads it well, stood up as they tried to go off tackle. Maybe a yard across the 36 to the 37. That was McCutcheon. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll give him 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. So Kemp back at it. They'll switch the formation again. Here's the snap. Kemp, he'll roll here to the near side. Looking, and now going to tuck it and cut back. He's got a lot of room, and he's going to have the first down. Larson Little will run him out of bounds, but not until he gets out to the 48 of BC, and that's just one of those things you see where you have 4 guys, 5 guys going out and pass reception. Everybody flows to one side, and nobody's on the backside.
Yeah, I mean, that entire play was he's rolling out to the near side and, finds a little seam back to the far side and really takes advantage of it. Great coverage downfield, just didn't have anybody on the backside spying the quarterback.
So 1st and 10 for LaGrange. They're at their own 48. Here is McCutcheon off the left side, stood up by Wilkes Albert. A flag comes in. I'm going to guess where that was thrown is going to be a hold by somebody on the inside of that LaGrange line. And that will back it up. Didn't appear as though BC would. There's a flag coming in from the other side. Didn't see anybody that would have been guilty of a face mask the way that play kind of developed, but don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
I saw the LaGrange guys pointing towards BC. Let's see what we got here.
Personal foul, face mask against the Cadets. I mean, Wilkes hit him straight up, so it had to be somebody else coming in to finish off the tackle. So that'll be a big 15-yard mark off against the Cadets. And that'll put it down on the Cadet 36-yard line. And a first down for the Grangers. So a big play on their first play of the ball game, and now a big 15-yard penalty has put LaGrange down in BC territory once again. 1st and 10 from the Cadet 36. Trips to the right side. They'll put one in motion. Here's the snap, and they'll give it on the end around left side, and sneaks through there. Somehow It's going to spin inside the 30. I don't know how we got through there, Stevie.
I don't either. He stood up and just snuck through.
That was number 8, Keys.
Not a very big guy. He just seems to slither his way through there.
I thought the Cadets had him tied up. They're going to give him a gain of 8 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 2. And now LaGrange right back at it. Here is Kemp all by himself. He'll motion a tight end to the right side of the formation. Here's the snap. Pump fake. And now Kemp going to try to scramble. BC there and going to be brought down back at the 30 by Arion Guyton. 2-yard loss. And a nice play on defense. Now it's 3rd and short. And I would guess based on what we saw by the field goal try last time, you're probably on the outside of their comfortable field goal range here. So a potential big play, maybe a 4-down territory early in the ballgame.
Yeah, you would. I mean, they're pretty much in the same spot where they attempted that field goal. So another big 3rd down here. See if the defense can get off the field, put them in a 4th and questionable situation.
Trips to the right, one up top. They'll motion right to left. Here's the snap. Kemp rolling here to his right, looking for the throwback. He's going to throw it back towards the end zone and out of bounds. Threw it behind the receiver he was looking for. And that'll bring up 4th down. And I think LaGrange is going to go for it. They're not trotting on the field goal unit this time, so it's going to be 4th down and a pretty solid 3. They're on the 29. They need the 26. And let's see what Coach Napier decides to do. Does he let it run down and call a timeout? They're going to line up. They'll go pistol formation here on 4th and 3. Now a lot of movement. Tight end's going to go to the left side. Here's Kemp. He'll give it to McCutcheon. Did they have him hidden up? And he's going to spin ahead for the 1st down. Boy, thought they had him. And just on 2nd effort, they're going to get the 1st down by, looks like about 3/4 of a yard.
These LaGrange running backs are doing a phenomenal job of just staying patient with their runs. Right when you think we got them stopped up, I mean, they just find those extra 2 or 3 yards to give them that extra push.
So J.D. McCutcheon gets LaGrange the 1st down at the 25-yard line. He'll move. LaGrange putting guys in motion on every snap. Now a little counter give to McCutcheon off the left side, and Larson Little grabs hold of him and brings him down at the 21. Give him a gain of 4 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. 1:43 to go here in the 1st. No score. So 2nd down and 6, 90 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter at Memorial Stadium. Cadets are going to walk up a linebacker on the right side. Kemp rolls here to the near side. Going to wind up, throw over the middle and dropped. Boy, he had a man wide open at the 8-yard line. Was looking to get it to Jay Keys. And, or was that number 9? It was number 9, Malachi Kemp.
Threw it just a little bit behind him. He was wide open, too.
He found that spot in the BC zone, and now it's 3rd and 6. Watch for a little misdirection here. Seemingly what LaGrange likes to do on this situation. Twins either side. They'll motion a receiver left to right, making it trips. Kemp, straight drop. Looking back to his left. Winds up for the, there was a screen is caught, and up the left sideline and in for a touchdown. Goes LaGrange. And give LaGrange a nice job. BC had a defender there. Didn't see who it was. He got rolled up trying to make the tackle. And up the left side went McCutcheon for the touchdown.
Really well-designed play there by LaGrange. Again, rolling off to the near side of the field, setting up the screen on the far side, and we just didn't have anybody there.
Excuse me, that was Keys for the touchdown. And just a little throwback screen. And BC had a man there, and again, just got rolled up on the block. Extra point is right through there and good. 1:07 to go here in the first. LaGrange 7, Benedictine nothing. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah. Do you have what it takes to be the next all-star QB? Drop in the bucket. Nothing but net. That's right. Show your swagger. Grab your friends or play yourself at the beach, tailgating, anywhere. Test your skills. Take the challenge and see if you're the next all-star QB. Available in select sporting goods stores and at allstarqb.com.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium, 7-0 LaGrange. They lead it after a nice throwback, 26-yard touchdown pass. And LaGrange going to squib it out of bounds. Not real sure why they were doing that, but BC is going to get great field position here towards the end. And Stevie, those are the first points BC's given up in almost a calendar month. Remember, they had the shutout against Highlands, a week off, shutout last week.
Yep.
And here we are. So BC's defense, that hadn't happened in a while.
Yeah, a little unfamiliar situation for them over the past month. But, hey, this is playoff football, so you got to be prepared for moments like this. And, again, we talked about this before the game, but the maturity of this team, the defense, reminds me a lot of Georgia, honestly. You know, Georgia's played some games this year where they get punched in the face early. Defense doesn't look great the first couple of possessions, but they just continue to stay the course. So just got to keep making adjustments for this team. We're playing a really good team in LaGrange, and offensively got to get some rhythm and put some points on the board.
And they've done a good job of answering all season long, seemingly, this BC team has. Give up a point or a touchdown and come right back on the next possession and make something happen. And let's see what they do here. Here's Kromanock as they start at the 40. He'll swing it out in the flat. It's going to be caught at the 40, 45 to the left sideline, 50, 45. It's Bryce Baker, 35, 30. He's going to take it to the house, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, the playmaker, Bryce Baker, 60 yards on a touchdown reception from Luke Kromanock.
What a great play. Great design, great job on the outside with the blocking. Anytime you can get Bryce Baker in space, he's going to win.
He made one man miss right at the 40, and it was questionable if they were going to get him about the 50, and then it was over. We just talked about good job at answering, and they come right back in one play and go 60 yards.
Yep.
So here is the point after for Connor Ferguson. Out of the hold of Houston Jackson, here's the snap. Kick is up, and it is right through there. And just like that, it is 7-7 as the Cadets score in 12 seconds with 54 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Georgia High School Association would like to thank its corporate partners for their valuable support of high school athletics and activities. Alpha Insurance, Georgia Electric Membership Corporation, Gatorade, Wilson, BSN Sports, Atlanta Hawks, Mizuno, the Atlanta Braves, Subway, Sports Medicine South, Atlanta Track Club, NFHS Network, Regions Bank, Max Preps, GoFan, and Georgia Public Broadcasting. What an answer, Stevie Powers. And again, we've seen that from time to time. No momentum, one play, and the atmosphere changes there for the Cadets.
Absolutely. Punch back, right? I mean, it's, again, the maturity of this team. Get your playmakers in space. Let them make plays, and that's exactly what we did right there. One play, 12 seconds. We're back tied.
So here is Connor Ferguson to kick it off.
I'm not sure you'll see LaGrange give us the ball in that good a field position again on a kickoff either.
Connor uses the line, drives one himself. It's going to skip around at the 10, then picked up 15, 20, and now a cut back 25. Stiff arm at the 30 and swung down. Open field tackle. That was, I believe, number 39, Isaiah Jones. with the tackle. So after, again, a missed tackle on the kick coverage, LaGrange going to have decent field position, going to be out at what, like 34-yard line looks like. So a 3-and-out would be nice here for this BC defense. 47 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
You don't see very many of those from Connor Ferguson. You're normally watching him bounce in the back of the end zone.
Not as much wind tonight as there was last week. And that one just looked like maybe he mishit it coming off the tee. Here's Kemp. And what happened? Somebody moved.
Going to be a false start.
So back him up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15. And I'm sure if you're Coach Houston, these are the down and distances you like because it kind of gives you a little more freedom, I guess, to call some things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 1st and 15 here for the Grangers. They'll put twins out to the left. They'll put a tight end over there as well on 1st and 15. Kemp, he looked to throw back. Now he does. Throws it way over the head of his intended receiver, Stephen Hill. And I think Kemp was going to tuck it and run it, and he had 2 defenders in his face. And it was Cam Cody in third Scroggins, and he thought better of it and kind of sailed it out there.
It looked like he was trying to get rid of the ball quick, but third had his hands up. His vertical looked about 30 inches right there. Just, I mean, it's hard to throw over that guy.
So 2nd down and 15. Here for LaGrange. Trips to the left. Here's the snap. They'll fake it, throw it out, a little bubble screen themselves. Read beautifully. Somebody's got the ankles down there. Who was it on the tackle? That was Bryce Baker circling under and bringing down Denorian Reed.
Number 3 is very active early in this game. That's what you love to see.
And LaGrange going to be content to go to the second quarter here. It'll be 3rd and about 16 when we come back. 7 up. Our score here at Memorial Stadium. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium, 7 apiece. As we get ready for the second, it'll be 3rd and 16 for LaGrange. As we begin the second quarter, BC scored on 1 play their last possession, really got this home crowd back into it, Stevie Powers. And again, now the defense starting to kind of, as you said, match what the offense put out there last time out. And again, a chance to get off the field and get Luke and company right back out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've seen a couple of these possessions on both sides, kind of shooting yourself in the foot early on in the offensive possession with false starts or holding calls, which works in our favor here. We got a 3rd and long here, get the defense out the field and let Luke get the ball back in his hands.
So 3rd and 16 for LaGrange. And again, that offense would love nothing more than to get back out there on the field. So here's Kemp. And now what do we have? Another false start. Not sure who that was on it. The near side official threw it. I don't know if one of the receivers moved.
Yep, going to be on the near side receiver here.
That'd be Napier. That's the coach's son. Not supposed to do that.
No.
So now it's 3rd and about 22. Here's the snap. Kemp looking, going to wind up, throw it up the right side, and it's going to be incomplete. Couple of cadets there in double coverage. Able to knock it away. That looks like Maxwell and Antonio Hansen man. So Cadets going to get this football back and probably get it in pretty good field position. First time we've seen LaGrange punt, it'll be Parker Shatuk, one of their tight ends. He'll step back and do the punting. Double safeties here for BC. Doesn't look like the Cadets are coming after it. And this one will hang up. Nice high kick, going to be fair. Caught at the 50-yard line. Right at the midfield stripe. That is going to be Rashawn Matthews. And so now BC in business. Here, Stevie, at the midfield stripe.
Gotta love taking the ball on the 50-yard line. As a quarterback, your eyes get real big. You start taking some shots, especially being this close. We're not far from Connor Ferguson range. So.
Right. I saw Luke warming up prior to the game, and he was throwing them from here basically into the end zone just on a warm-up toss.
Yeah.
And the Cadets will come out. They'll put two up top of the formation, Rashawn Matthews and Bubba Frazier. LaDon Bryant here, bottom of the formation. Nasir off to the right. Here's the snap. Luke, all kinds of time. Over the middle into that zone. It is caught. And that's going to be Rashawn Matthews at the LaGrange 39. And that'll be enough for 12 yards and a first down. Excuse me, that was Bubba Frazier. So that's a first down on a gain of 12, and the Cadets ready to go. Hack will come in motion. He'll be the H-back off to the right. Here's the snap to Nasir. He'll go right side. Work off that tackle and still grinding those legs at the 32, at the 30. Off the right side. Lowers the boom at the 26 and knocked out of bounds. And that was one where, again, we talk about the patience of Nasir Samuel. He just got on the back. I believe it was Carlton Hall, the right tackle, and just stayed right behind him down the field.
Yep, that's the way to do it. I mean, that's textbook right there.
And give a lot of credit to Carlton Hall. This is just his third game for BC. And out there getting some meaningful snaps at right tackle. Here's Luke on first down. Looking. He's got a man, and Luke's going to have to tuck it. He'll step ahead and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Stevie, you were pointing across the field. What did he see?
Oh, man, he had, I think it was Bubba Frazier out there just all by himself on the far side 10-yard line.
So second down and 10. They'll stack twins up top to the left. LaDon Bryant here to the right. They'll come straight ahead. This is Nasir Samuel. And he is stacked straight up, maybe a couple of yards. Brought down by one of those middle linebackers, Noah Outland, for LaGrange. And now Bryce Baker going to come in here on 3rd and 7. In for Nasir Samuel. Trips to the left for Luke. He's got Bryce Baker to his right. Now he'll put Bryce out to the left. Luke's by himself, looking. A little underneath screen, read beautifully by LaGrange. And a DDT tackle. And now there's some fisticuffs out there. And some of the Cadets taking exception to how that one was handled. And BC crowd not liking that one as well. That was going to be Shatuk, the punter, who came up, made the tackle. They were blowing it dead and then body slammed. I believe that was going to be Bubba Frazier underneath. And I couldn't see who it was. One of those offensive linemen. I want to say it was, I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to speculate, but one of them was not happy about what just took place and sticking up for his guy. And a little shoving took place.
No. And then our guys came in there and definitely laid the boom after the play. Rightfully so.
And that'll get you fired up as well. Danny Britt out there. I think if nothing else, this is probably going to be offsetting. You got flags everywhere. I mean, it's obviously a personal foul against LaGrange. And then if you get BC for the retaliation, then we'll just do this again on 3rd and 7.
Yep. That's exactly how this is most likely going to play out. Hey, I'm all for the retaliation. I mean, I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but, I mean, the body slam was absolutely uncalled for. They're about to blow the whistle dead. Everybody knows that. And as a player, you're never going to let somebody just do that to your own guy, especially on a team like like us. So
we have a personal foul against LaGrange. And then I guess a dead ball personal foul against BC. So those are going to offset. BC fans don't like it because their guy probably took the worst of it, but we'll do 3rd and 7. Again, I think Danny Britt is wanting a full explanation. Certainly what happened to the cadets was much worse than any of the retaliation. I'll say that.
yeah.
There was some pushing and shoving. Got a little physical in there, but nobody got body slammed.
Our guy who came in with the retaliation, I will say he did get him good. I mean, he gave him a pop. But you know what? As a head coach, my guy's taking up for his guy. So hey.
So here we go after all that.
I'm not making my guys run on Monday for that penalty.
Yeah. It says 4th across the way, but it should be 3rd down still. So the down marker says 4th. It should be 3rd. If you have offsetting penalties. And now Danny Britt wants a timeout, and I think he wants an explanation to why it's 4th down. It should be 3rd down, and that's what you can see Danny Britt telling the official. If we have offsetting penalties, but I think what he's going to tell Danny Britt is it's going to be a dead ball penalty, so the play was over, hence it'll be 4th down. And you're probably going to try to kick the field goal here after all this. Danny Britt spending most of this time out talking to the official, but Stevie, I'm guessing that's what it was 2 dead ball fouls. The play was over. 3rd down was done. And so now it's going to be 4th down.
We got plenty of Ferg's got plenty of leg for this one, so I don't think we're worried about where we're at on the field, but it would be nice to replay 3rd down. I get it.
This is going to be put down on the 30-yard line by Houston Jackson. It is right down the pipes, middle of the field. Connor Ferguson, a 40-yard attempt for BC. Hold is good. Connor puts his leg into it. It's got a lot of it, and right down the middle. And BC's up 10-0, and I think Connor is going to get a talking to from the official. He kind of turned and gave a little something to the LaGrange sideline, and the Cadets lead it 10-7. We're coming right back. 9:52 to go here in the second. Cadets up 10-7 on WatchBCSports.com.
The honor, the heritage, the tradition of excellence. The home for Benedictine Cadets football is WatchBCSports.com. All the games, play-by-play, and in-depth analysis. Home of the Danny Britt Show. Be a part of the action as your Benedictine Cadets take the field in their quest for yet another championship. On the official home of the Cadets, WatchBCSports.com. And look for us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchBCSports.
Welcome back, Memorial Stadium. BC first lead of the ball game, 10-7 over LaGrange, and Connor Ferguson will kick it left to right towards the south end zone, the Fieldhouse end zone, for those of you familiar with Memorial Stadium. And he'll line drive this one, and that is way out the back of the end zone for Connor Ferguson. He's feeling it.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're the kicker, you're going to flex to the other sideline. I mean,
yeah. Hey, I get it. All 140 pounds of them. Letting them know. I love it.
9:52 to go here in the first half, I should say. And appreciate all of you listening along tonight. Did get a note. Got some of the family of BC's number 45, John Best, whose dad is a Savannah police officer. Got some family of West Virginia listening tonight, cheering on young Mr. Best and the BC Cadets. Appreciate you listening out there along the country roads of West Virginia. 9:52, here's the snap. This is Kemp. They'll give it straight ahead. BC will clog it up. Tank Thomas going to grab hold, and he'll push ahead. That is McCutcheon. He's going to get 5 on first down. Tank Thomas slowed him up. So 2nd down and 5. And again, very deliberate are the Grangers on offense. And we see a lot of teams do that just to try to limit possessions against BC. Here's a little counter give off the right side. That's going to be a first down and more at the 40, 45, and brought down. A saving tackle out at the 48-yard line. I believe that was Bryce Baker who ran him down.
He tried to swipe it from behind, just couldn't get enough.
That was Zach Maxwell, who tracked him down. So 1st and 10 from the LaGrange 47. 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Kemp out of a shotgun. They'll fake the toss and come back inside. And Cam Cody hits McCutcheon as he's leaning ahead now. They'll blow it dead. Cam Cody, Tank Thomas, drag him down. Third Scroggins in there to help out with the tackle. It'll be second down and about 5 as LaGrange moves into BC territory. Kemp's got 2 receivers to his right. We'll see what motion they employ here as they like to move guys around. Now it looks like BC going to come up and play press coverage on the outside. Now they'll back out of there. Here's the snap to Kemp. Give it off the right side and brought down immediately. Nice tackle made. That's Wilkes Albert. Keys will get maybe 2, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Wilkes Albert just shot through his gap, made a great tackle.
Wilkes has played a lot of football for this Benedictine team over the last 4 years. Man, he's been a pleasure to watch.
7:42 and rolling here in the second. Big 3rd down upcoming. And a big 3rd down for many reasons. I think if BC gets the stop, I think even though it's early, the way the BC offense is starting to look, might not want to punt the football here.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Here's the snap. Kempy dropped the football, and it's out, and it comes down. BC's got it. A flag comes out. I imagine the Cadets are going to decline it. And who's coming out of there with it? 3rd Scroggins. Fell on it. Kemp went to pass. I don't think the arm ever came forward. And a legal shift against LaGrange. If I'm Danny Britt, obviously you want to take the result of the play if you can. But 3rd Scroggins able to pick up the balls. It was flopping around there at midfield.
I think they're trying to say maybe his arm was going forward. I don't think so.
No, they just signal first down, BC. Yeah, legal shift. The head official here is going to let us know.
It's like the LaGrange guys were trying to argue that an incomplete pass, but it was clear as day, a fumble.
So another momentum shifter here for BC.
Great field position here again. We'll see if we can turn this one into 7.
Bryce Baker will come out at running back here. Trips stacked in close on the right. 1 receiver up top. I believe is Bubba Frazier. And they got man coverage over there. No safety help. Here's the snap to Luke. They're going to try to run Frazier deep. They'll put it up the left side. The pass is just a little too strong as Frazier was separating there at the end, but about 3 yards too deep there from Luke Kromenhoek. And you can see that clear as day, Stevie. They got the speedster one-on-one with no help. They were going to go that way.
Yep, absolutely. Luke's got such a big arm. You know, it's hard to get that thing 30, 40 yards down the field and hit him on the run. But
so 2nd down and 10. Here's the snap. BC will run a little counter inside. LaGrange there to stack it up very nicely. And maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Number 19, Zai Huzzy. There to make the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Cadets still stuck at midfield here on this drive. 6:44 to go here in the second quarter. They'll put twins up top. LaDon Bryant here to the bottom of the formation. Bryce Baker will join him. Here's Luke looking over the middle. It's caught. Ike Edwards, what a catch. He got popped as soon as he caught the football, but he's got enough for a first down at the 40-yard line of LaGrange. And J.J. Johnson put a lick on him, but Ack able to hold on and move the sticks.
And J.J. Johnson came up limping. I think Ack may have It might have hurt him.
Ack is solid.
Yeah, he is not small.
They'll put him in motion. Ack goes way out left. Here's the snap to Luke. He'll throw it in that zone again. LaDon Bryant caught it at the 30, and down he goes. They'll give him forward progress there at the 30-yard line, give him 9 on first down, and give Luke credit. Now Cadets just picking apart some holes in the zone there.
Yeah, great job by LaDon just sitting down in that zone coverage. I mean, there's 3 guys around him, and he's sitting in the window.
So second down and very short here for BC. Twin receivers here to the short side off the right hash. Inside give. This is Bryce Baker. Hops over a man at the 30. Still on his feet. 25, 20. He takes off 15, 10, 5. Bryce Baker, the playmaker. 29 yards for the touchdown. Actually 30 yards for the touchdown. And BC's on the board again.
They've been saying it all year. We've got to get Bryce the ball more. We've got to get Bryce the ball more. And it's hard when he plays both ways. You know, you don't want him. You want him to be able to make it deep into the fourth quarter, but he's done such an incredible job all year just getting his body prepared to take the load offensively, be able to go out there and play hard defensively. Now is his time.
Yeah.
It's playoff time. It's time to get him the ball as much as possible, and this is why.
He hopped over his own man at the 30. He made one cut, and it was over. Now the point after upcoming. The snap, and it is right through there and good by Connor Ferguson. And it's 17-7 BC with 5:35 to go here in the first half. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah. Right now at Walker Jones Collision Center, spray-in bed liners are back. That's right. And non-skid textured spray-in Ultra Guard bed liners don't rub or wear your truck bed like plastic bed liners do. Ultra Guard wears like iron. Just call Roy Wolf from the team at Walker Jones Collision Center on Memorial Drive in Waycross at 912-490-1351.
Get the best deal from Walker Jones.
17-7, Benedictine out in front, 5:35 to go here before the half. And after a slow start, the Cadets have poured on 17 straight. Connor Ferguson up the left hash, and that is way out of the end zone once again. So 1st and 10 from the 20. Some other scores around the state here in the second round. Stars Mill and New Hampstead playing. New Hampstead out of this region 14-14 in the second quarter. So New Hampstead representing well, and North Oconee leading Cedartown 14-0 with 8:55 to go in the first half. BC, if they win, would play the winner of North Oconee and Cedartown. Of course, last year beat Cedartown for the state championship. 2 years ago, beat North Oconee in the regular season, beat North Oconee again here in the playoffs to then eventually go on and win the state championship. So it would be North Oconee, and we already know the coin flip has happened for next week. BC would be the home team against North Oconee or Cedartown right here next week. 1st and 10. Here's the give. It's McCutcheon off the right side, makes a man miss. 25, 30, 35, still on his feet, 40, 45 before he's shoved down at the 45-yard line. Arion Guyton running back from his defensive ends position to bring him down, but a huge gain of 25 on first down.
And there goes Luke out to play the safety position. First time we've seen that tonight.
And again, that's something they've had to watch sparingly, obviously, in the playoffs. But Coach Britt has said, hey, at times we just need our best athletes on the field to go out and make plays. Here's Kemp. He will give it around, and that time going nowhere. Big Tank Thomas got his mitts on McCutcheon and threw him to the ground. Going to lose about a half a yard back to the 44.5. It'll be second down.
Yeah, I mean, talking to Coach Britt about Luke and playing the safety position, it just gives that spark to that defense. Seeing their quarterback, the face of this program right now, get out there, be physical, go up there and hit somebody, that just ignites a flame in this defense and really in this entire team. So as much as you want to be safe with them and keep them protected, you got to let your ballers ball.
So here's the snap to Kemp. Kemp straight drop looking. He's going to step up in the pocket, and Cadets trying to grab him. He'll be brought down at the 49, stuck by Bryce Baker. Wilkes Albert and Larson Little there to get a little extra on him as well. It's third down. They're going to say his knee touched at the 48, so call it 3rd down and 7. They need the BC 45 for a first down. Clock rolls, 4 minutes to go. LaGrange will get the ball to start the second half. So a stop here would be big for the Cadets. The chance to tack on maybe a few more points before the half. Twins to the right. Now they'll motion a man, give him trips to the right. Here's Kemp. He'll roll that way, looking. He'll pump fake. Got man in his face. Throws a short. Shifted at the midfield stripe. Tried to throw it underneath. And it was picked off. I was trying to see who got it. I think it might have been Bryce Baker. It was either him or Zach Maxwell. I think it was Bryce Baker. So 2 touchdowns and a pick for the playmaker tonight, Stevie Powers.
Get him some water and get right back out there. It's time to go again.
So plus possession here for BC is the 46 of LaGrange. And again, you thought BC might have had something cooking with Kemp, tried to pump and had a double clutch there. And now the Cadets with plenty of time, 3.5 minutes to go here before the half. Bunch formation here to the right, off the left hash. Here's the snap. They'll give here to the inside. This is Nasir Samer, 40. Makes a man miss, still on his feet, 35. He's at the 30, 25. Step on the man, 15, 10, 5. Nasir Samuel, 46 yards for a touchdown.
Another big play. Got a guy down here for LaGrange.
And LaGrange has got a man down. Can't see who it is. Boy, Nasir Samuel made a man miss and threw a stiff arm at the 20 and just sprung him the rest of the way. BC's got a man down here too at the 26. Can't see who that is. They are looking at the knee of the young man from LaGrange. You hate to see that. Can't see who's down for BC. It looks like maybe more of a hamstring situation. And they're going to get him up. Who was that? Number 62. It's going to be Raphael Scroggins, who's played. A lot of people talk about third. Raphael's played a heck of an offensive line here for BC.
Absolutely.
And they are helping the young man from LaGrange off the field. That is number 5, J.J. Johnson. And he is putting no weight on that right leg, and you hate to see that certainly at any stage, but that young man's a senior for LaGrange. So you hate to see it go like that for that young man. We'll see if he's able to come back, but right now it does not look good. And here is the point after upcoming. Connor Ferguson up and through. It's good. Fired a cannon, 24-7. And this thing is going all BC's way here in the last handful of minutes. Stevie Powers, especially offensively, a couple of one-play drives here in this first half.
Feeding off each other right now. Obviously came out 3 and out to start. They go down, score 7. Now we've scored 24 unanswered. That's happened a couple of times this year. Ware County game, they rattled off 14, and then we went, 35 unanswered, I think. So just, again, we talk about this, and I know it's a recurring theme, just the maturity of this team, just to keep on chopping, keep pushing. We know eventually we're going to get into that rhythm offensively. We did early today, which has been great, and the defense just keeps punching.
24-7, 3:19 to go before the half. Connor Ferguson to kick it off yet again. And let's see. I imagine this one's going to go right back to the end zone again. He comes slowly forward, puts a foot into it up the left hash, and it's 10 yards deep in that end zone. And he's got a little wind in his back here in the second quarter. It's getting way back there in the back corner of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. LaGrange will take over 1st and 10 from their 20.
Connor's feeling himself tonight. He's swinging golf clubs coming off the field and all kinds of stuff. He's got some good antics tonight.
The Georgia High School Association is a voluntary nonprofit organization composed of over 450 public and private high schools. The GHSA administers regulations for region and state competition in 19 sports and 2 activities. Founded in 1908, the GHSA strives to promote good sportsmanship, participant safety, and fair play among its member schools. For more information, visit ghsa.net. Follow @official GHSA on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Here's a handoff. This is McCutcheon off the right side. Cadet's going to string it out. Bryce Baker there to bring him down. He's going to lose a couple. Back behind the 20.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, I mean, there's still 3 minutes left in the second quarter, but I think we got a pretty good candidate for the player of the game.
Yeah, I think so.
Tonight. Number 3's been all over the place.
Bryce has got an interception, 2 rushing touchdowns. And it's been all lightning. Hadn't been a whole lot of sustained drives. It's been bang, punch you right in the face. So here's Kemp now on 2nd down and 12. He'll give it ahead. This is McCutcheon again, and he's going to be brought down as Wilkes Albert grabbing him by the ankles on the way through. He'll get a couple of yards, maybe 4. It'll be 3rd down and 8. So this is not where LaGrange wants to be, 3rd and 8. And if you're Danny Britt, 2:15. Still got 2 timeouts here in the first half. So if you get a stop here, still have an opportunity to get the ball back in great field position with 2 timeouts. And an explosive offense that is running on full tank here.
I think LaGrange knows that too, as they're kind of running down the clock here. Well, they're going to take a timeout.
So LaGrange will take a timeout. So again, a big play here, and I know Coach has talked about that a lot, getting these 2-for-1s maybe where, hey, a chance to get the ball back. We put our offense, and he said this before, even in games where you're like, oh, you're already up. He goes, no, I will call timeout. I want the ball back with 3 minutes so we can attempt a 3-minute drive, not because we need it this game, but maybe we need it in the playoffs. And again, 24-7. Whole lot. It sounds trite, but 24-7, whole lot different than 35-7.
Yeah.
If you're BC and can put more on the board before you go into halftime.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, early on in the season, especially, you want to take those timeouts. You know, especially when you're playing some of the other teams in our region where, you know, they're not the caliber of programs that we're playing late in the season. So you got to take those timeouts to practice these situations, which they've done a good job at. But this week of practice, I've been told they did a really good job of getting into these situations, those 2 to 3 to 4 minute drives they've got to put together. So the defense can get off the field here quick, go into halftime with 7 more points, and then come out getting the ball right back. I mean, we're looking pretty good to see some football after Thanksgiving.
Everybody talks about practicing on Thanksgiving, a win here, and the Cadets will be doing just that. 3rd down and 8. Here's Kemp. Out of a shotgun, he'll roll it here to the near side, his left. Look, he's got him in his face, throws it underneath, incomplete, and almost getting a pick off the deflection in coverage. Who was that? That was Mekhi Williams. And again, had a man wide open. That was number 9, Malachi Kemp. So I'm assuming they're brothers. You got to say, you got to pick me up here. That's twice you've been open, didn't make the catch.
Yeah. I mean, when you got guys flying down from the safety position about ready to lay you out, I mean, that's especially throwing across your body like that, not an easy throw.
1:51, double safeties back here for the Cadets at their own 47. And let's see where the Cadets are going to get this football. Here's a snap, a good one. And nice high punt, going to drive all the way back. Mekhi Williams at the 40. He dropped the football. The ball's loose, and Mekhi falls on it. Thankfully at the 42, and I think everybody's heart just dropped to their stomach there as Mekhi was trying to make a difficult catch, and it popped out and fortunately fell right back on it.
It was a really good punt. Nice high, wobbly punt. Got us pinned back to the 40. That's probably the worst field position we've had so far. So, 1:40 left. We'll see what this offense can do. Like you said, it's been real quick punches up to this point, some quick points. See if they can put together a few plays, move the ball a little bit, taking into the half with 7 more points.
So here comes Luke leading the offense back out there. Good to see Raphael Scroggins back out there at center. He hobbled off last possession, but he's back out there. Here's Luke on a straight drop, looking, winds up, has a man. It is caught. LaDon Bryant, 45, 40, and popped out of bounds at the LaGrange 38-yard line. Hit by number 6, Grayson Cockrell, and moved the chains, and now in plus territory are the Cadets with plenty of time. 92 seconds to go before the half.
What a really good throw by Luke. Just putting it right on LaDon, letting him make a play. Right in that bubble of the cover 2.
Trips up top for Luke. He's looking over the middle. Boy, that was thrown to LaDon Bryant at 170 miles an hour. And LaDon was about 4 yards downfield and it went right through his hands.
Man, that had some zip on it.
LaDon looked back at him and said, my bad. Hey, that thing was coming.
Yeah, I think Luke said, no, my bad.
So second down and 10. Cadets will put twins either side. 3-man front for LaGrange. They'll move Bryce Baker out in the slot. Luke's by himself. Second and 10. Straight drop. Luke's going to wind up, has it. Bryce over the middle a little too far. And I think Bryce thought about jumping for that one. Had a safety coming up to meet him and thought better of it, and it was about 5 yards too deep anyway.
That's a business decision right there when you got a guy coming behind you ready to take your legs out.
So third down and 10. I would say you're out of field goal range, but it would be a 55-yarder from right here. And Connor Ferguson's got the leg to do that. As Coach Britt says, he's got the leg, but we'd rather not make him kick it that far. So third down and 10. Stack receivers either side. LaGrange bringing the heat. Nice blitz pick up by Bryce Baker. Luke's got time. Lets it go. It is caught. Oh, what a catch. LaDon Bryant at the 28. Had defenders hanging all over him, and that's going to be a first down. Or is he going to be just short?
Oh, they're giving him a good.
Boy, what a couple of big-time plays, Stevie Powers. LaDon Bryant with the catch, and it won't go in the stat book, but Bryce Baker with the linebacker pick coming right at Luke Kromanock. A heck of a block. Stopped him in his tracks, and then Luke got that extra half second to make the play. It's going to be fourth and short. And BC takes a timeout. They'll have one remaining with 1:12. Now the question is, it's fourth and a yard, Stevie. Do you try the long field goal, or do you say, offense, I trust you to get 3 feet here?
I mean, I'm going for it. Personally, I'm going for it. Not because of I don't trust Connor Ferguson. I have all the confidence in the world in his leg and his ability to make this field goal. But in terms of the ebbs and flows of the game, if you pick this first down up, you still have a minute to go 25 yards. Well, we've gone 60 yards in 12 seconds.
Right.
So to really put the nail in the coffin of this first half and go in with so much momentum with 7 versus 3, I'm probably taking the chance and going for it with one more timeout. You get into this situation again with less time on the clock, probably take the field goal and move on.
You're going to trot the offense back out there. I think, as you said, the way the offense is going right here, ride the hot hand to get you 3 feet. Ball is on the 29. They need the 28. Actually, ball is just inside the 29. Luke's going to go under center. He's going to go straight ahead. He's got it plenty of room. And he'll get down to, I think, maybe the 27. And that was one where, and a flag comes out late, Raphael Scroggins, and I think they got some extracurricular on LaGrange.
Yep, just undisciplined there.
And I think that's where that 3-man front hurts you in a quarterback sneak situation, because Luke can kind of pick his alley there and get you the 2 feet. And this is going to be costly, because this will be another 15 on LaGrange.
Yep. Put him in the red zone.
If you're Chris Napier, you're saying, guys, we're just trying to get to half, and we can't do that stuff.
It's going to be a delay of game.
Delay a game.
On LaGrange. I think they threw the ball up away from the ref.
So only a 5-yard penalty.
Still, we'll take it.
Yeah. And this team, we've said it all year, Stevie, when they are on, they are fun to watch.
They are. So many playmakers.
Yeah.
I mean, just spreading the ball. I mean, we've seen Bryce Baker. We've seen Bubba Frazier. We've seen LaDon Bryant. I mean, everybody, Axe touching the ball, just spreading the wealth. It's so fun to watch.
Here's a snap. Luke's going to straight drop, but got pressure all in his face. Oh! Go! Did they make the catch over here? I don't think the official was looking.
He didn't call him down.
I think he's looking.
He's not down.
Danny Britt is saying, what are you calling? Was he sacked or did he make the throw? Nobody knows. LaDon made the catch. I didn't like the way Luke got tackled. Kind of got bent over on that knee there, but
they're going to call him down.
They're going to say he got sacked. So back to the 31 clock is still running, 54 seconds. BC's got a timeout. Second down and about 18. Here's the snap. Luke, straight drop, winds up, throws it short. LaDon Bryant trying to get out of bounds, and he does. And so stop the clock after they throw it short. Why are we running the clock? He got out of bounds. And I think rightfully so. Did BC have to use a timeout, or did they say
Coach Britt called timeout, but I don't know why the clock was still running.
I mean, he was clearly shoved out of bounds. 36 seconds to go. And so now BC with no timeouts. It's third down, and I guess Coach Britt saying, hey, if I use the timeout, you can still throw it over the middle and maybe have enough time to run out the field goal unit without using the timeout.
Yeah, I think you see take a shot here. Again, you feel comfortable in this range with Connor Ferguson's leg to at least get something out of this drive and go into the half with 3 points at the worst, right?
And if you get the first down, still plenty of time to go clock it. And
exactly. So either take a shot over the middle of the field, which I think is probably your best bet with a single safety. Oh, looks like they're going to come out in the cover 2 look, actually. So they'll have 2.
Twins either side for Luke.
Here comes
the snap.
LaGrange.
They're coming right in his face on the blitz. Luke's going to have to take a sack at the 35. And Luke's upset because the clock's running. They're going to trot on the field goal unit. This is going to be a long field goal. Houston Jackson going to put it down at the 42 off the right hash. So this will be a 52-yard field goal attempt.
You got plenty of
time
for
Connor Ferguson. They got time. 15 seconds still. Here's the snap. The kick from Connor Ferguson. It's got the height. Does it have the distance? It does not. It is short. And just couldn't get it there. 5 seconds to go in the half. And again, I think one of those, as long as it reaches the end zone, it's going all the way back to the 20 for LaGrange. So
yep, they'll probably take a knee and take it on in.
A risk well worth taking for the Cadets there.
Great job defensively by LaGrange, dialing up a blitz right there. I mean, we had 4 guys blocking. They brought 7.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not too much time there. So
let's see what LaGrange does. I don't think that they've got the arm, obviously, to make this thing go very far. Kemp's got a decent arm. I don't think to even think about it, you'd have to probably throw it to at least the other 35 and hope you can run, but they may just kneel on it and go regroup in the locker room. So outside of this last little drive there, we're kind of stalled out. And now what happened? Coach Napier wants a timeout for LaGrange with 5 seconds. And this is also one of those where if you're Coach Napier, the worst thing you could do is throw a pick 6 here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right before the half. So
yeah, you might want to overemphasize here to
whatever happens,
whatever
don't get
you do,
too crazy.
Yeah. If you're not going to knee it, hey, do not turn it over.
So let's see what they decide to do. LaGrange should have one more timeout. Stick around with us. We've got the Bernard Williams Insurance halftime report coming up right around the corner. A lot of things happening at BC, not just football. Winning championships all over the place. National championships even for the Raider team a week or so ago. And a lot of great events coming up there at BC. Basketball underway. I believe they have playing next week in the in-market arena. I know they'll be missing a few guys who will be involved with the football team, hopefully, if this thing holds. Out of the timeout, here's Kemp. He's going to roll to his right, wind it up, let it fly, and well short, incomplete. And that's going to do it for the first half. Is there a flag? There's a flag. Did somebody hit him late? Oh, that's not what you want. Third Scroggins. Wilkes Albert, the way they're walking, I think they know this is going to be a defensive penalty. Did they late hit the quarterback? Personal foul, roughing the passer, yep. So it'll be an untimed down here. And that'll move the ball all the way out to the 35. So an untimed down here, and it looks like they're going to run 3 wide up top and just let it rip. One receiver here to the near side. And no, they're going to give it straight ahead. This is McCutcheon, and third Scroggins going to bring him down at the 39. And just in case he didn't get down, Wilkes Albert Larson Little brought him down. And that'll do it. 24-7, Benedictine over LaGrange. And not sure what that guy was doing. Number 55 was sprinting down towards BC. I guess he had something to say. Somebody. Yeah. I don't know what that was all about. But I guess he said his piece and now goes back to his locker room. But 24-7, BC leads it at the half. And Stevie Powers, slow start offensively, and then it was a lightning bolt. And 24 unanswered there for the Cadets.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job at just staying their course and just kind of, hey, playoff football, as the weeks go by, the atmospheres get a little bigger, the hype gets a little bigger, and they found their footing quickly after that first drive. So they did a really good job, great job with the play calls and just executing, getting the ball to the playmakers.
And as we always say that cliche, big players step up in big-time moments and big games. You were thinking Luke Cromenhawk, but so far Bryce Baker, 2 big runs for BC and an interception to kind of stall out a drive for LaGrange. He has been all over the place for the Cadets, and it's this time of year where you say, guys, you got to suck it up for X number more games to help us get there.
Yep. That's the you start to see those guys get the ball a lot more. You see Luke running out there at the safety position there late in the second quarter. These are just those games where, hey, it's win or go home at this point. So you got to do everything you can to fight, scratch, and call to stay alive.
We are coming right back. We are at the half as the Bernard Williams Insurance halftime report rolls on. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. We also know that every play needs a plan. And if you're running with the best of them, you need the experience of a company that's been around since 1934. Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance proudly support our players and coaches because we know what it takes to build a winning team that you can count on when the game gets rough. Bernard Williams Insurance and Financial Services. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back here to the Bernard Williams halftime report here at the half. BC leads at 24-7 14-7. And again, Cadets out in front. If they should hold on and win, they will be right back here next week against either Cedartown or North Oconee. 14-7 is that score. North Oconee winning by just a touchdown in that ball game. But good to have you here at the half. Our halftime guest joining us. A lot going on at BC, and he's maybe one of the busiest men involved around BC. The president of the BC Athletic Association, Carl Smith, joins us here on the halftime report. And Carl, thanks for joining us. Quite the first half there for BC.
Thank you, sir. I was down there, and everybody was like, "Oh, 7-0." I was like, "Relax. We're like Georgia. We lose 7-0, and we hit the switch, and 24 unanswered. We're good to go."
Absolutely, and this has become obviously an annual thing. BC with their deep runs in the playoffs. The Athletic Association obviously involved in a number of things, and again, give folks kind of the overarching view of what you guys do, because I think people hear Athletic Association and they think, oh, well, they're just here to get money and do that, and I know that's a lot of it, but talk about what your role is and what the BC Athletic Association does, not only for the school, but for the folks who are involved.
Sure. It's comprised of parents mostly of kids who are in school. Some of the board members like myself, my son graduated 2 years ago, but somehow they got hooks in me and kept me around for president for the 5th year. But it's just a group of parents and people who want to raise money and give back to all the athletic programs. So we really just do events like the golf tournament, our membership, our big thing, bands and chess that we'll talk about a little bit more in a minute. We do in the spring, and that really raises a lot of money. But our biggest thing is to just take a load off of the parents and the school by raising the money to help with things like uniforms. We pay for, like if we want to get parents to games, we do buses. Anything that the schools need, like the shotgun team needed ammunition one time. Different sports need everything. We're doing a thing for right now for soccer, buying some warm-up uniforms. We buy wrestling mats for the wrestling team and a couple of wrestling dummies and stuff like that. The biggest thing we also do, like right now, the Raiders just won the state championship.
Right.
We've won back-to-back state titles.
Won the national championship.
The sports shooting team won so we buy their championship rings.
Okay.
So we help contribute and get the rings and take a load off the parents in the school by providing them with their rings and stuff.
And I know the lately it's been a lot of ring buying for
yes. And we don't mind it.
That's right. That's a good thing.
Yes. Well, I think when you're winning, it inspires people to want to donate and contribute because they want to see everybody continuing to do good. So actually, every time you can put another notch up there of a state title, or in that case, a national title,
right?
It does really good. There's our athletic director right there.
The best in the business, I like to say, guys. But you talk about the support you guys offer to the kids, and obviously it's an experience. We're here obviously talking about football, but whether you're talking about basketball or whatever, you guys obviously are wanting to make sure the experience for the young men here at BC is as good as it possibly can be.
Yeah, and like I said, our biggest thing is trying to take a load off the parents and even the school. Like the field that we have now, the football field that lacrosse and soccer play on, we contributed over $50,000 to that over the years. So we're working on projects now to try to help. Like we're really trying to develop, and hopefully one day in the next few years have our own home stadium. So I love Memorial, but I would much rather be on Seawright Drive hosting a football game, in front of our thousands of fans. So we're working on projects like that and just trying to do what we can to help all the kids and everything. And we really do every sport, whether soccer, lacrosse, baseball, basketball, the Raider team, wrestling, you name it. There's my hero, Jack Holland, our athletic director right there.
I know you just had the golf tournament a couple weekends ago, and talk about that and some of the other activities you guys have coming up for folks to get involved with.
Sure. I'd like to, first of all, thank Scooter Ducey, our committee. We did a good job planning about 3 months. We set a record this year, making over 20,000. We had over 30 teams playing. And it's hard. Everybody's doing golf tournaments or other things, but I think everybody who knows our golf tournament is like second to none. We really got the school to be engaged this year. I've been working. Finally, Father Frank and Jack let the golfers for the BC golf team participate. So we literally had some of the BC golfers out there on the golf course hitting shots, and people were donating extra money. I mean, I don't know about you, but I play like 5 times a year. But if I can let somebody hit a driver for me and go 320 and I'm doing 250 into the woods, I'm hey.
I'm good.
Yes. So it was really good, and it worked out. We're doing the next one next year. It's always the first Friday of November. So whatever day that is, mark it on your calendar. Southeast Mortgage was our main sponsor, but we had others like Speedy Sign, Mitchell Bush Insurance Company, Woodman Life, a lot of good companies that supported us and all that. So we always want to thank them for everything.
We're talking with Carl Smith, president of the BC Athletic Association, and I know a big event coming up in just a little bit. Your bands and chefs, I know that was an event you had to stop during COVID, I believe you were telling me earlier, but It's been coming back, and everybody's looking forward to that. Tell us about that event.
Sure. It's going to be on March the 23rd, the Saturday after St. Patrick's Day. My board, they're really excited. We've got a band I've never heard, but they all know him, called Jupiter Coyote.
Okay, yeah.
So they're coming in from Athens. They're not playing anywhere in the Coastal Empire until next March. So they're going to be there participating in that. We got a really good chef that's got a son at our school named Jeffrey Quasha, putting together like 4 or 5 really good food items. So to give you a pretense, what we do is get out at BC on a nice Saturday night in the spring. We have band or 2 or 3 play music for about 4 or 5 hours, and we get a lot of food trucks or chefs. And it's just a chance for the BC family community, the BC universe, as I call it,
Right.
to come together, have a good time. We're raising money, but everybody's still together. You got good food, we got drinks, a huge silent auction, great music, and it's just a chance for the BC family and alumni and everybody to get together and have a good time while we're supporting our student athletes and all our coaches.
March 23rd. No, you know about it now, so you can't say you didn't know about it.
That's
You
correct.
know about it now. It's going to be bands and chefs right there at BC. If folks want to be involved with the BC Athletic Association, how can they do that?
The biggest thing is go to our Facebook page, BCAA, the Benedictine Military Athletic Association, or they can reach out to the school and ask them to ask for me, Carl Smith, the president, and we'll follow up with them and see what they can do.
Always looking for folks to be involved. I know that.
The more the merrier, and it's a great time. You don't have to be. I didn't graduate from BC. I put my nephew through there in 2010. My son graduated 2021. He was part of this amazing team that started the back-to-back state championship. Shout out to my son Lawton, sophomore at Georgia.
Okay.
He turns 20 years old tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday
by
to
the way.
him!
Yes. So, but you don't have to BC. I'm an Atom Smasher. You know, but I love what BC's done for my family, what they've done for this community. So if you just want to help young men reach their potential, learn everything they can about life and respect and dignity, you know, they get a great education, but they also learn the fundamentals about religion and, you know, who we are and whose we are. You can't beat it. It's a great place, and everybody should come out.
Absolutely. Encourage you to check that out. Bands and chefs coming up in March. We've got the second half coming up here in just a few minutes.
Yes,
So
sir.
Carl Smith joining us. Hopefully we'll finish this game off and we can see you here next week.
We are a second half team, but
There
I
you
will
go.
say we did a lot of Georgia that second quarter. I was telling them to relax because Georgia, every game is like 7-0, and then I used to be a firefighter for
Right.
30 years. And when the alarm went off, we always had the phrase, flip the switch. And that's what I say Georgia and now BC does. It doesn't matter what the score is. You can flip the switch, and it's game time, and we're ready to go.
Absolutely. We are here at the half. BC is leading it 24-7. We're coming right back here on the Bernard Williams Insurance Halftime Report on WatchBCSports.com.
Thank you, sir.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. We also know that every play needs a plan. And if you're running with the best of them, you need the experience of a company that's been around since 1934. Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance proudly support our players and coaches because we know what it takes to build a winning team that you can count on when the game gets rough. Bernard Williams Insurance and Financial Services. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium at the half. BC leads it 24-7. Kevin Thomas, Stevie Powers here with you. It was North Oconee leading Cedartown 14-7 at the half. And then last check we saw it was Stars Mill and New Hampstead were tied in the second quarter. So some scores of interest here as we are at the half. But BC going to kick the ball off to start the second half, Stevie, as we're getting entertained by the LaGrange band. But obviously, we say it at every game, but this is important when you're up. Not to rest on your laurels. First 5 minutes, get a stop, get the ball back, and go tack on one more just to make sure here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's a great way to start. And again, I mean, you're playing playoff football. I mean, there's no letting off the gas pedal by any means. So, yeah, definitely going to come out, continue that rhythm that we had going into halftime. Played a fantastic first half, offensively and defensively. So, want to see all three phases of the game, just finish out the game and get on to next week.
Offensively, you said something at the end we didn't get a chance to really expand upon, but spreading the ball around. And I know in high school you talk about teams around the states, like you can have a good corner, you can have two good corners. Most of them don't have three, don't have four. You just can't cover everybody when you run an offense like BC's, and it's very difficult when you have the playmakers at all those spots. But give Luke a lot of credit. As you said, we've seen 5-6 guys touch the football offensively and make plays.
Yeah, no, we've done a very good job. You know, Coach Phillips and Coach Coleman have done a very good job drawing up plays that are really spreading the wealth. So LaGrange is having a tough time dialing in on one guy because there's 5-6 guys touching the football every single drive. You've obviously seen Bryce Baker bust a couple open. We've seen Bubba Frazier. We've seen LaDon make some really good plays. Axe got a couple touches as well. So there's some guys that are touching the football. They're spreading the wealth, and that makes it hard on the defense to really zone in on one thing.
And Luke, I thought kind of got off to a slow start last week. Kind of looked maybe it was the cold weather affecting the touch a little bit, but tonight has looked pretty good. Missed on a couple of deep balls. Had some that maybe should have been caught, but for the most part, looks really crisp.
Yeah, he does. He looks really good. The couple of balls, I think the little 4-yard across the middle to LaDon was a little speedy there out of the hand from Luke. But no, he's an incredible talent. He's got a great arm. He's doing a great job tonight finding the open slots in the zone. He's been on time with his receivers, which is something that you want to see, especially this time of the year. So hopefully he can come out and put up a great second half.
We are at the half. A couple of scores. We got some updated scores. New Hampstead 20, Stars Mill 24 at the half. Jenkins is beating Dutchtown 14-7 at the half, and North Oconee leads Cedartown 14-7. Cedartown will get the ball to start the second half, so that will be certainly one to keep an eye on there as well. We're coming right back as we get you ready for the second half here on WatchBCSports.com, and this is the Bernard Williams Halftime Report.
The honor, the heritage, the tradition of excellence. The home for Benedictine Cadets football is WatchBCSports.com. All the games, play-by-play, and in-depth analysis. Home of the Danny Britt Show. Be a part of the action as your Benedictine Cadets take the field in their quest for yet another championship. On the official home of the Cadets, WatchBCSports.com. And look for us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchBCSports.
He's going to play somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back here to the Bernard Williams Halftime Report. Calvary up 35-0 over Thomasville at the half. Bryan County got their first playoff win in school history last week, and they are up 20-8 over Pelham in the third quarter there. So Bryan County just down the road, they're getting things done in the playoffs. Again, New Hampstead trailing Stars Mill at the half 24-20. Jenkins leading Dutchtown. So Jenkins maybe 2 quarters away from a trip to the Elite Eight. Who would have thought that? Savannah Christian leading Morgan County 14-3 in the second quarter as of last check there as well. So we are at the half. Both teams back out getting their warm-ups in. And again, a 24 minutes away from a trip to the Elite Eight for Benedictine as well against the winner of Cedartown and North Oconee, but still some business to tend to here. And as you said, Stevie, at this point, if you're A.J. DePhillips, if you're this offensive team, can't take your foot off the gas and start counting possessions or trying to burn out the clock. I think every time you score, it just makes it harder and harder, obviously, because time is going down. I think just for me, you probably need at least another score to feel good about where this is going, and just kind of don't let LaGrange get any momentum going.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think they feel really good where they're at right now. However, as you get deeper and deeper into the playoffs, it becomes less comfortable, the leads that you get, right? You know, I mean, LaGrange is a great football team. They're historically a great program. They've played in games like this a lot where they've gone into half down. So they're going to come out ready to fight. I mean, they've got guys on their team, seniors, that this could be their last night ever playing football, so they're not going to go down without a fight. So definitely want to put up points here early on. It's great. Defense is going to obviously get out there first and put a stop to them, and then get the offense back up there and put up some points.
Yeah, so LaGrange will get the football first. Team's going through their final warm-ups. Here we'll take one more quick break here on the Bernard Williams Insurance Halftime Report, and we'll come right back and get you ready for that second half kickoff. BC leads it 24-7 here at the half, and this is WatchBCSports.com.
Right now at Walker Jones Collision Center, spray-in bed liners are back. That's right, and non-skid textured spray-in UltraGuard bed liners don't rub or wear your truck bed like plastic bed liners do. UltraGuard wears like iron. Just call Roy Wolf and the team at Walker Jones Collision Center on Memorial Drive in Waycross at 912-490-1351.
Get the best deal from Walker Jones.
Right now.
Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium. Final countdown is on here before we start the second half. As we mentioned, the Cadets will kick the ball off to LaGrange coming up here to start the second half. And again, some physical play there in the first half, some chippiness there towards the end of the first half. You had offsetting personal fouls. We had a little something there before the end of the half, I guess, before it went there. And you certainly want to try to keep that under control, especially when you're up 24-7 if you're BC here in the second half.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep that stuff under control, because you get thrown out of a game or something like that, that carries on into the next week. So definitely want to watch out for that stuff. I mean, those are self-inflicted wounds that are unnecessary. Just play disciplined football and get out of here healthy and with a win.
And again, the winner of this one, if it is BC, they'll be right back here next week as they won the universal coin toss for all the brackets. So a home game, and Stevie, it means so much. I know BC has been on some long road trips this year, and Coach Brett will say, look, it is what it is. But school day today across the state of Georgia. LaGrange drove from basically Alabama to come here, and BC did not. I mean, that has to help you out in some respects.
It does. I remember those days, man. I remember going to Brooks County and, up to Greater Atlanta, even just to Atlanta. I mean, just being on a bus all day. Coach Britt, he always does a great job on the travel days of breaking the trip up, never being on the bus more than an hour, hour and a half tops, to stop at rest stops or, a restaurant to eat, whatever it may be, to get your legs, because those travel days can be long, and you definitely don't want to have bus legs when you're coming out here trying to play in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, those days can be long. It's definitely a benefit to have it at home, especially with our crowd. This week's been great. Next week's going to be real good.
Absolutely. You practice on Thanksgiving, and then you get to play the next day, and you'll do Thanksgiving dinner if you practice on Thanksgiving, or is it just get the practice in and get out of here?
So we actually practice in the morning on Thanksgiving, early, about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, get out of there by 10, 11. Thursdays are walkthrough days, so you get in just helmets only, practice in the morning, get your stuff done, and get home. So before lunch to be able to be with the families and all that. we've been fortunate enough as a program to practice a lot on Thursdays over the past 10 or 12 years. So, we've got in there early. 2 or 3 years we practiced on Thanksgiving when I was here, and get out of there so you can go eat some turkey. He did. Coach Brent will tell us, though, don't eat a lot of turkey because it's heavy. It makes you tired. There's things in that make you sleepy, and he's a firm believer in that.
So just the sweet potatoes and mac and cheese.
Yeah, stick to the ham. Stick to the ham, which I'm a ham guy anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big turkey guy, but
I'm with you. I like turkey, but it's hard to beat a good ham.
Honey baked ham, man, it's just, you can't beat it.
Certainly can. Here we go. Second half. Connor Ferguson got it teed up on the 40. BC, again, the maroon pants, gray tops tonight with the gray maroon helmets, rather. And the maroon letters trimmed up in white. LaGrange with the silver pants, white stripe up the side, white tops with the blue letters and numbers, black helmet with the blue stripe down the middle. Here's Ferguson left to right, and we're underway here in the third quarter. The line drives one. It's going to skip, hit at the 2, and picked up there at the 5. At the 10, 15, and wrapped up at the 18-yard line and turned around. Great downfield coverage on the kick.
Luke running back out there at the safety position to start the second half.
So inside the 20, they're going to mark him at the 19. And that's where LaGrange will start here. Down 24-7. They'll bring out Malik Kemp. At quarterback, he'll put trips to the left, one receiver top of the formation to the right. They'll work off the right hash, working right to left here in the third. Kemp will ride the belly, give it straight ahead. It's McCutcheon, a lot of room at the 30, and he'll be brought down. That's Luke Cromenhawk with the tackle. So Luke back out there at safety, but not before McCutcheon gets 12 yards on first down. Kind of how the game started. Big gain right off the bat.
They're not just going to lay down, that's for sure.
So 1st and 10 for the Grangers on the 33. They'll give it straight ahead. Nothing doing that time. It was stopped immediately. Who was it that got back there? Arion Guyton, the initial hit. And did he get back to the original line of scrimmage? No, he did not. Lost a 1. So 2nd down and 11. So now a favorable down and distance for the Cadet defense. Here's the snap. Kemp got pressure up on the right side, tries to step up, throws it underneath. It's going to be caught, hit immediately. Luke Cromenhawk, boy, he brought the wood. And a little slow getting up is the LaGrange receiver. That is going to be number 1, Denorian Reed. And, hey, Luke's not just a 5-star quarterback. He brings the lumber back there.
He is unscathed by contact. It is so fun to watch. As scary as it can be sometimes seeing him come downhill like that, man, it is fun to watch.
So 1st and 10 here for LaGrange at their own 44. Here's Kemp. He will give it off the right side and carry by Keys. Brought down by, I believe, Wilkes Albert. Give him a gain of 4 to be 2nd down at about 6. A lot of credit to Wilkes Albert and Larson Little running lanes tonight at the linebacker spot. As LaGrange trying to stretch him sideline to sideline. Late shifting by BC on the defensive front. Here's Kemp. He'll keep it, throw it out in the flat. It's going to be incomplete. I think it bounced before it got to him. He was looking for Stephen Hill. And a flag comes in. Are they going to call roughing the passer? Roughing the passer against. Oh, no, he pointed against LaGrange. But obviously, they're not going to rough their own passer.
Yeah.
He pointed the wrong direction. So personal foul. Personal foul roughing the passer against BC. There we go. So that'll mark it off into BC territory. Just being a little too aggressive. Now, that's a hard thing to dial back when you get that close. That'll put it all the way down to the BC 37. Make it 1st and 10. Let's see if LaGrange stays in that pistol look. They shift on just about every play. They'll shift the tight ends over. They'll kind of go offset pistol here. Here's the snap to Kemp. He'll give it to McCutcheon off the right side, and that's going to go nowhere. Bryce Baker got him first, and then Cam Cody falls on top of him and sends him to the ground. That'll bring up second down. And it'll stay second and 10. So yeah, Bryce Baker, heck of a football game tonight for the Cadets. Twin receivers either side here. Empty backfield for LaGrange. They'll put a man in motion. Fumbled the snap. It's going to be picked up in the backfield. Kemp going to try to scramble forward. Third, Scroggins gets him. Larson Little hits him. And he'll get down to the BC 35. It'll bring up third down and about 7. Big play here for this defense.
Big third down here for this defense. Putting together a pretty good job. I mean, taking almost 4 minutes off the clock here. So knew they weren't going to lay down. See the defense get off the field here on third down and get the ball back in the offense hands. Let them go make a play.
8:38 and rolling here in the third. 24-7 is your score. Twins either side. Kemp back there by himself. They'll put a receiver in motion. They'll run the reverse. Coming back, they'll flea flicker. Kemp going to let it fly. They have a man wide open. It is intercepted at the 30, 35, 40. Coming the other way. It's going to be Bubba Frazier. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. 70 yards on the pick six. Bubba Frazier on the flea flicker interception.
What a play.
And a flag in the end zone, a little extra celebration. I don't think BC will care too much about that.
That's a piss poor. That's a terrible call.
Boy, what a play. Kemp kind of lobbed it up there. He had a man wide open, and Frazier just ran to the spot and got it first.
Yeah, I mean, he took off from that hash, ran all the way down to the numbers, and just stepped right in front of him. And there was nobody around him all for 70 yards.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against BC. My guess is they'll enforce it on the kickoff. They will. So that'll make it 30-7. Connor Ferguson with the point after. So they'll assess that penalty on the kick. Snap, good hold by Houston Jackson, and Ferguson drills it over the building.
That's the second one tonight I've seen fly over that building. Over the net, over the building.
31-7, BC leads at 8:10 to go in the third. You're listening here on WatchBCSports.com.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
A 70-yard interception return for a touchdown has BC up 31-7, 8:10 to go here in the third. If this one reaches the end zone, Connor Ferguson will have really gotten into it. They're going to kick off from their own 25. And now, given the way the defense is playing, does Danny Britt look for one of those holes in the kick return and try to hang one up out there, as he is apt to do from time to time. So Connor Ferguson will put it on the 25. Range has a couple of men back deep. From left to right, Connor's going to drill it.
Man.
And it's going to go inside the 10, hit off the face mask and roll around. Picked up at the 14 and straight ahead. Still on his feet. 25, and somebody laid to wood. Who is that coming up out of there? 69, that's Sam Gross. Oof. He just laid a shot on number 18. That's Gavin Barlow. And if he wants the name of that truck, it's Sam Gross.
Yeah, man. He got him good right there.
Ball will be placed down at the LaGrange 27. All in all, not bad considering you kicked off from your 25.
Absolutely.
So 1st and 10 here for LaGrange. Cadets with 2 really nice interceptions. Of course, that one a pick 6. Late shifting here for LaGrange. They've got a different running back in there. And it's going to be Barlow trying to run off the right side. He'll make a man miss. 30 at the 35. All the way out to the 40. And Luke Cromerhall just as last year from the football. It's picked up. They're going to say he was down. My goodness. Barlow just got absolutely annihilated by Luke Cromenhog at the 40. That ball was rolling around. How they said he was down, I have no idea. Would love to see a video replay of that one, but that was a absolute decleaner at the 40-yard line by Luke Cromenhog.
It absolutely was. I mean, he sees this the quarterback. I don't think he's expecting that, but Luke put his helmet right on that football. I mean, there's no way he was down. Ball was definitely loose. Luke pleading his case out there.
So 1st and 10 for LaGrange at their own 40. Here's the snap. They'll go straight ahead with McCutcheon. That's going nowhere. Curled up off the right side as he leans in. Cam Cody there to bring him down.
I don't know if there's a quarterback in the state of Georgia that can lay a hit like that.
Not too many, I wouldn't think. So give him a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Trip receivers to the left. They'll put 2 tight ends over to the right side as Kemp by himself. He'll look to throw back near side. They run the bubble screen underneath. It's caught, and a nice open field tackle. That's that's Makai Williams. Brings down Stephen Hill at the 44 of LaGrange. It'll be 3rd down and 6. They need the 50-yard line for a 1st down. 6:34 and rolling, and that's the other thing. You put a touchdown on the board, and LaGrange, a couple of drives they've had so far, 2-3 minutes apiece just trying to get down the field. And at some point, the simple math would tell you with these touchdowns, you're just not going to have it enough if it takes you that long to score. Here's the snap. Looking over the middle a little too high. He was looking for Stephen Hill again. Bubba Frazier in coverage. Makai Williams was coming over the top and in help, and LaGrange's going to have to punt the football.
Put together even the drive before that, where we had the pick 6, they 4 minutes off the clock, putting together a pretty good drive, and then you turn the ball over right there again, putting together a decent drive, moving it, 20, 25 yards, and then just kind of stall out. So they're just running out of gas here late in the game.
So here is Parker Shatook, the punter. He will roll. They're going to fake it. And he's going to have the 1st down. Everybody was back for BC. Into BC territory, 40 at the 35. Lowers the boom and knocked out of bounds at the 32. And that was just a great call by Coach Napier of LaGrange. Everybody rolled out of there for BC, and nobody was at home to cover the punter.
We were just not there. There's nobody there. That was one of those plays that looked like their 11 guys were facing up against 5 of ours. It's just nowhere close. But tip your cap there to that call.
6 minutes straight up and down here in the 3rd. 31-7, BC leads. And now Kemp back at it here for LaGrange. He will give it off the right side. That is McCutcheon who gets upended off the right side. Looked like maybe Zach Maxwell, Wilkes Albert got him over there. Yeah, they'll give it to Zach Maxwell on the tackle after a gain of 5 for J.D. McCutcheon. Clock continues to roll here. Here's the snap, a little counter give inside, and nicely done by the BC defense. That was Keys, and he was run down by Larson Little and a couple of others there off the BC left side of the defense. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Maroon helmets really flow into the football here. Well, you give up the fake punt, and there got the nose for the football now. 3rd down and 2. Nobody in the backfield with Kemp. Now they'll motion the receiver back there. And what happened?
Got a timeout.
Napier wants a timeout. Coach Napier for LaGrange. That'll be their first of the second half. We'll take it with him. 4:41 to go here in the third. BC up 31-7. And you are listening along. Glad you're with us here on WatchBCSports.com.
Have I prepared enough? There'll be unexpected turns. When things get tough, I need to stick to the game plan. No regrets. I'm ready. Are you? Get ready. Contact Abel's Iron-On Moore & Associates today and see why they are different. Because nobody ever wishes they'd saved less for retirement.
Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium. A big 3rd down upcoming here for LaGrange. They ran the reverse flea flicker last time on 3rd down. And obviously, if you're Coach Napier for LaGrange, this might be the possession of the ball game. If you don't score here and you give BC the football back, even if BC doesn't score, you're probably talking about 12 minutes and you're down 4 possessions at that point. So a big stop upcoming here for the Cadets if they can get a 3rd and 2. They've got Keys to the right of Kemp. Here's the snap. They'll run a sprint. They'll try to do a halfback pass. BC reads it well and brought down. Who was that? Larson Little. And Wilkes Albert coming up off the bottom of the pile. And those two guys just flying all over the place. And a loss of, looks like 3. It'll bring up 4th down and 6. And LaGrange's going to have to go for this here in the 3rd quarter.
I think we're going to have to ask Luke after the game if he has more fun playing offense or defense, because he's flying around like he's just super emphatic after each play and just having a blast out there.
We hadn't gotten to play a lot of defense this year. He played against Wayne County, and here in the playoffs has certainly played more. 4th and 6. Kemp looking. Blitz is coming. Trying to throw it short. I think somebody got a hand on it.
It's like 3rd.
3rd. Scroggins got a mid on it. Coming off the right side, knocked it down. And a turnover on downs gives it right back to Benedictine. And Luke's just going to stay out there and run the offense.
Had the opportunity to talk to somebody, actually Jack Collin, our AD, and about 3rd. And I'd heard from Coach Britt just before we even kicked off the first game this year, watch out for this guy. He's a great player, under-recruited. He's about to blow up. Sure enough, just picked up an offer from Tennessee a week or 2 ago, and just been a pleasure to watch this year. I mean, just an absolute animal on that D-line. Fun to watch. Can't wait to see his as his future progresses and see where he ends up.
He's still got another year here at BC.
I know. Yeah, that's awesome.
Cadets are going to go under center, run the flex bone here. And here's just a give, end around. And still on feet across the 30, pushing towards the 35, moving the stack. Everybody bundled up there. Whistles are blowing, and there's a wall! An unsportsmanlike conduct right there. Absolute late hit on Ack Edwards. Or who was that running? It was Ack. And now we see some chippiness. And that should be enough for an ejection, I would think. I mean, the play was dead. Everybody was standing around and just straight shoved.
I don't know what.
Now, that was Bryce Baker. That was right. It looked like Ack, I thought, but kind of had the 8 or the 3 bunched up there.
I don't know how much more you need to get somebody out of the game for something like that.
And you could see personal foul against LaGrange. And you can see some of his own teammates were like, what are you doing? They're going to mark off 15 here. And I know they're frustrated. They're 9-2. They've had a lot of success, and you're getting beat pretty good here.
Still.
But that was uncalled for.
0-10, 11-0, 9-2, it doesn't matter. When you're that undisciplined, you're not going to win football games late in the year. So don't expect to see that out of a team like LaGrange.
So here's Luke back under center. I believe that is Ackett, one of those wingback. Can't see that jersey just bunched up. They go straight ahead. That's Nasir Samuel. Hops over, man, at the 45, all the way down to the 40 of LaGrange, and I think that's going to be very close to a first down. And they're going to give him the first down. So 1st and 10 at the LaGrange 40. Clock continues to roll. 2:44 to go here in the third. They'll stay in that wing team. Luke fumbled the football, now picks it up, and he's going to go down. And just a bad exchange that time. He'll lose a yard back to the 41. And Luke steps up and says, yeah, that was on me. Didn't secure the football. So BC stays in that flex bone. They'll counter back. Oh, that was blown up at the line of scrimmage. BC did not block that very well. And now a flag comes in. I think they're going to get somebody on BC for extracurricular. It's getting a little chippy out there. And you can see some of the BC coaches meeting their guys out there on the field. Don't know who did it. Until some late shoving and pushing there on the offensive line. And somebody's getting a dressing down over there on the BC sideline. Dead ball, personal foul against Benedictine.
Dead ball, personal foul, offense. Third down.
And now we got one of the LaGrange guys talking to the BC bench. And you can see the fans not happy about that when players start drawing with the sideline.
I don't know what they really have much to talk about. They're down
31-7.
I mean, yeah, it's not. I mean, maybe if that's how you want to carry yourself, that's one thing, but whatever.
So, third down, and I think BC's got to get back the C-right drive here to get a first down. They're back on their own 41. They need the LaGrange 30 to move the chains. And here's Luke. He'll step straight back. He'll wind up the near sideline. He's got LaDon Bryant. LaDon almost brought in the catch. That would have been a first down at the 20-yard line. And now some BC fans wanted a late hit on the quarterback. Not going to get it, and you worry about the officials not keeping control of the football game. And now Connor Ferguson going to have to punt the football with 1:22 to go here in the third. So 4th and forever here for BC. Ferguson, he got pressured. And
there it is.
He kicked it straight up the elevator shaft, and they roughed the punter. And you can see LaGrange players, they're visibly upset. This is going to be a first down, I think, for BC. And the last 3 or 4 minutes, just totally no composure by kind of both teams. And you can see Danny Britt upset. They may have to punt this again if they don't give them an automatic first down, but if they just call running into the kicker. And you can see he's not happy about that. But that's probably the worst punt we've seen Connor do all year. And he was asked in the offseason, hey, we might need you to punt.
Yep.
And he agreed to do it. And that time just got a lot of pressure and probably would have ended up being about a 20-yard punt. They're going to mark it off, just 5 yards. So it'll still be 4th and 25, 24.
Yeah, we need about 5 to 10 more of those, and maybe we can get to the first down marker.
So 1:12 to go here in the third, and we'll do it again. Here's the snap, Connor. That one kind of goes straight up again. It's going to hit and take a BC roll. In at the 20, and another big roll inside the 10.
We'll take it.
And BC's going to touch it up at the 7-yard line. What a punt. Kind of a high, straight up in the air punt that hit off this turf and took a nice BC roll. And it's got LaGrange pinned back deep inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, we'll take it. Definitely chippy over the last 2 or 3 minutes here. Should have stayed composed.
So 1st and 10 inside. The 10-yard line at the LaGrange 7. Again, you've got Luke Cromanhawk playing on the defensive side here in the second half. As he's back there as the lone safety. Here's the snap, a little inside give. This is McCutcheon. He's got a big hole at the 15, 20, 25, and he'll be brought down out at the 27-yard line after a big gain on first down. They'll move the chains. 47 seconds to go here in the third. First and 10, Kemp. Got a back behind him. He'll give it straight ahead. This is going to be Keys. He'll get to the 30. Gain of 2. And Wilkes Albert Hobble's going to have to come out of the ball game. He made the tackle. And that will bring in Andrew Trammell at the other linebacker spot. So Wilkes getting nicked up and banged up here. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. We go to the fourth. BC up 31-7 over LaGrange, 12 minutes away from the third round. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
Do you have what it takes to be the next all-star QB? Drop in the bucket. Nothing but net. That's right. Show your swagger. Grab your friends or play yourself at the beach, tailgating, anywhere. Test your skills. Take the challenge and see if you're the next all-star QB. Available at select sporting goods stores and at allstarqb.com.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium as we get ready for the fourth quarter. BC up 31-7 over LaGrange. It'll be second down and about 6 for the Grangers from their own 30-yard line as we come out. And again, Stevie, now been a little chippy there late in the third quarter. You got to maintain your composure, not get somebody hurt here in the last 12 minutes of this ball game.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely getting chippy. Obviously, I think LaGrange kind of starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel for their season. But just got to stay true to who we are as a team and not get into all that.
So here's second down. Kemp going to give it to McCutcheon off the left side. He's got a first down and more and brought down. Nice tackle out there in the open field. Trying to see who that was. If that was Trammell with the tackle. So it'll be first and 10 here for LaGrange. They're at their own 39. Clock rolls, 11:42 to go in this ball game. And here's the snap. Kemp going to roll here to the near side. Wind up, throw over the middle. Has a man that's caught. It's Kemp, hitting Kemp. And he's into BC territory at the 40-yard line. Rolls ahead to the 39. They've had that play open 2 or 3 times. Haven't been able to hold on to it that time. Gets the job done. So that'll bring up another first down here for LaGrange. Cadet defense trying to keep LaGrange out of that end zone. Here's the snap. Kemp tried to give it ahead. He's going to keep it himself, and there's gray shirts everywhere. He's going to be brought down and sacked. At his third Scroggins. Bryce Baker was back there. Sam Gross was back there. Trammell was back there, but third was the one that got him.
Looked like a broken play, maybe a miscommunication on the handoff there. He just kind of tried to scramble to get back to the line of scrimmage, but didn't quite make it.
So that'll be second down and 13 here for LaGrange. Kemp trying to get the signs from the LaGrange sideline, and they don't know what they're doing. Timeout. That'll be the second one here for the Grangers. And again, this late in the season, as you said, a little frustration sneaking in, but that's a couple of times where they've had to call timeout here late in the season, just not sure how to line up or what they want to do. And I know you work all season long, you get frustrated. Maybe at this point you start saying 31-7, you lose a little focus, but kind of a timeout you don't want to use there if you're LaGrange.
Yeah, I mean, you're coming down to the wire here where every snap counts. You know, I mean, if you're going to make any type of comeback at this point, your chances are getting slimmer and slimmer by the second. So don't really want to use the timeouts as much as, as you would like with 10 minutes left. But if you can't get lined up, you got to call.
Yeah, now some of these plays you've run thousands of times at this point.
At this point, yeah.
So if you're BC, I know coach doesn't care about that. A win is a win. I was talking with somebody earlier this week, said, look, the bottom line is you win. But for right now, the last 3 games, BC's given up 7 points and now working on 12 quarters of football. So you'd like to keep them out of the end zone here again if you could and keep that strong play going.
Yeah, the guys take some pride in that too, not giving up touchdowns. I mean, that's what your goal is defensively. They've done a great job of that the past 12 quarters.
Here's the snap. This is Kemp. Blitz coming. Has a man over the middle. It's caught. That is going to be Shattuck, and he'll be inside the 25, down to the 21. And he was wide open out there in the left flat. And that'll be a 1st and 10 here for LaGrange. Trips to the right, one receiver up top. And Kemp will roll here to the near side. They'll do the throwback, and it is read beautifully. That was Zach Maxwell.
That hurt.
He came flying down and saw the screen. And that pass was incomplete. And had he caught it, he probably would have lost a yard, and it's second down and 10. Just good recognition there by Zach, who's in his second game back after missing several weeks of football with a lower leg injury.
Glad he got the well-deserved time off. I mean,
your 2nd and 10. This will be a give off the left side. 7-8 yards, getting the first down. And we got a fresh back in there. That's number 22, Jamarian Johnson. And he'll have the first down. Inside, they'll say have the first down at the 11. So they can get a first down, or can they? So 1st and goal from the 10. And this is close as LaGrange has gotten in a while. So 1st and goal from the BC 10.
Well, we know it's 4-down territory here.
9:35 and counting. They're in a pistol look. Kemp, he'll ride the belly, go straight ahead. This is Johnson. And at the 10 at the 5 before he's brought down. It looks like Cam Cody held on to make the tackle there for BC. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. So 2nd and goal. Clock rolls at 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Here's Kemp. He'll roll here to the right. Looking, going to tuck it himself, try to cut back. And he is hit at the 2, at the 1. Did he get there? No, he's going to be short. It'll be 3rd down. Larson Little saved the tackle, saved the touchdown rather, as he wrapped him up at the 2 and he kind of fell forward and held back out of the end zone. So it'll be 3rd and goal and about 6 inches to go to pay dirt for LaGrange. I formation, Kemp's going to go under center. And they're going to sneak it. Did he get there? I think he got folded back. He didn't get there.
Hey, short.
Another stand. Who was it?
Luke Cromenhall came running up and just stacked on top of that center. Let's see if they do it again.
Let's see if this cadet defense, they won the state championship on a stand. Let's see if they can do it here. 4th and goal. The ball is all but touching the white chalk of the goal line. LaGrange going to go back in a shotgun. Here's the snap. And they're going to go off the left side. Touchdown. But there's a flag on the play. Did somebody move early? Or was somebody offsides? The side judge threw it on the far sideline. A false start against LaGrange, so that's going to back him up.
That hurts. Takes away 7 right there.
And again, you're 6 inches, not even 6 inches. The ball, Stevie, was, is doing everything but touching the plane of the goal line.
Right.
And you go back in the shotgun. They would have scored had they not false started, but that's one of those I never understood. You go back 15 feet to get an inch. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 5. They'll put a tight end to the left, twin receivers to the right. Here's Kemp. They'll give it to Johnson. He'll cut inside, and he's shoestring tackle. Who got him? That was Arion Guyton. Nice open field tackle. Saved a touchdown. And that BC defense, Stevie, again, continues
to
step up in the big time.
I think when you look at that drive, the course of that drive, it defines the defense. Bend, don't break. And they've done that. They've been playing that way all year long. Giving up points, even in the Ware County game, right? We're playing at home. We got 14 straight. Well, then they didn't score the rest of the game until the 4th quarter. You know what I mean? They're bending, but they're not breaking. Playing together, playing fast, physical. And obviously, on that possession there, the false start helped us. But just fun to watch when they're clicking, man. They're clicking.
7:51 to go in the ball game. We'll try to check and see if we can get an update from Cedartown and North Oconee. Looking more and more. Obviously, BC is going to be here next Friday night. Luke will go under center as cadets go wing T. They'll go straight ahead. This is Nasir Samuel. He'll get close to the 5 and turned around. So no gain on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 10, but more importantly, the clock running. Bring up 2nd down. Got to update. North Oconee leads Cedartown 28-9, 10 minutes to go in that ball game. So North Oconee looks like they'll be heading down here to Savannah next week.
Another North Oconee matchup. We find ourselves playing those guys a good bit.
Absolutely.
Baseball and football.
Here's a give. End around. This is Bubba Frazier. Makes a man miss at the 10. Still on his feet. Out towards the 15. And he's going to be awfully close to a 1st down. 4th quarter, New Hampstead 20, Stars Mill 38. So Stars Mill starting to pull away on them. But the Phoenix have a lot to be proud of. And they'll have their quarterback, Mr. Truell, will be back next year. And
sure do.
New Look region, they're going to be people talk about Peach County and Warner Robins and all the teams are going to be in there. New Hampstead's going to be right there in that mix.
Yeah, absolutely. They were a fun team to watch. Played BC really close that night here at Memorial Stadium.
Jenkins and Dutchtown tied at 21 apiece in the 3rd quarter. So that one getting interesting. They gave him the 1st down. And here's a little end-around give. And across the 15 goes Rashawn Matthews to the 16. And now we're getting after an extracurricular and a scrum at the 10. And this is what you don't want to see. And Danny Britton, the coach, is out there. And you're seeing some frustrations boil over. And number 15, Carter Lay, is walking back without his helmet. And he's a senior. You know he's frustrated. His final game. And now you're seeing, again, some chirping over here with the BC bench. Coaches doing a good job of trying to keep their players back on the BC side. And there's a lot to unpack here. I think Danny Britt's getting a good discussion in here with the officials. And not sure what the BC folks are booing just yet. No signal has been made. You're talking to Danny Britt here.
Waylon Palmer and Jack Owen report to the concession stand. Waylon Palmer and Jack Owen.
So again, getting chippy down there in the trenches. Somebody lost their helmet, and then, Stevie, that's when it all kind of broke loose there between the big guys on the offensive and defensive line there for BC and LaGrange.
Yeah. So gets down to this point in the game. Again, frustrations, tempers are flaring and all that good stuff. But the referees have not done a good job tonight of controlling these moments. I mean, this is the third or fourth time that's happened. I mean, they're just not doing a good job at controlling the football game and getting both teams in a position to avoid these type of situations.
And the officials are all huddled up at the 17-yard line. My only guess would be either warnings are going to be issued to both teams or somebody's getting tossed because, again, it was a good little – it was a good little scrum there at the 15, and it kind of pushed back to the 10. Again, all the coaches are away. I think they're waiting to see what comes as the result of this. 6:25 to go. It's 31-7. And again, as you said, I'm not justifying it, but you see the kids that are kind of getting the most upset for LaGrange right now. They're seniors, as you said.
Yeah.
6 minutes away from a lot of them not playing football anymore.
Well, listen, when you get your tail whipped for 4 straight quarters, I
understand.
It is what it is.
Step ball, personal foul, defense. Player number 15 from LaGrange has been disqualified.
So there was a disqualification. I don't know if you heard that from the head official. Personal foul
That's the right call.
Against LaGrange. That's Carter Lay, senior for LaGrange, getting ejected from the ball game. And that'll be a 1st and 10 for BC, 6:25 to go. And now I think they're explaining, or Coach Napier at least giving him his time over there. He's in a deep discussion over here with the head official. And maybe he's saying, how can we not have offsetting there too? But
yeah, I mean, I get his argument, but at the same time, I mean, it's not and this is an environment just from the play of the game. It hasn't been a BC guy that's initiated these things. I mean, it's been from the get-go. It's been these LaGrange guys either jawing or whatever, or going after the play, and BC guys are just reacting to what they're doing and protecting their teammates is all. So.
Twin receivers to each side here. I think we're about ready to go. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 31 of BC. Clock rolls at 6:17, 6:18. We're ready to go. Nobody's moving. Like the play clock is rolling and the game clock's rolling. I guess BC's letting it run down here.
They're going to let it run down. Try to.
So I think BC now going to try to get out of here before it gets. Here's a give inside Nasir Samuel, still taking his feet ahead of the 33, still moving forward and brought down by Harris Grace of LaGrange. It'll be 2nd down, and again, probably a smart call by A.J. DePhillips and Danny Britt and company. Hey, it's getting chippy. We've had some penalties, things getting out of control. Let's just burn the clock and get out of here.
Absolutely. A win's a win at this point.
So Twins up top for the Cadets. They still got 22 on the play clock. They're in no hurry. And they're trying to get this 5-12 off the clock and get ready for North Oconee, who's up several scores over Cedartown. Here's a give to Nas off the right side. Nasir Samuel leans ahead to the 35. Give him a couple. And Cadet slow getting up, but he looks to be all right.
Third down and 6.
Looks like Raphael Scroggins has been hobbled up, brought to the near sideline here. So it looks like Blake Maxheimer, I think, is slid in at the center spot for the Cadets. So you got the backup center here in there on 3rd and 7. 4:10 to go in the ball game. Here's the snap. The give to Nasir Samuel. He'll go straight ahead. And still dragging, still driving, still moving. And they'll drive him back. And another late hit. And a flag comes in. It's all mayhem out there on the field again. And right after the body slam, another late hit coming in from the LaGrange Grangers. And Danny Britt, I think, has had about enough. And you can see him yelling at the officials to get this under control. And that should be a BC first down. A dead ball personal foul against LaGrange. And that'll be a BC first down. So total loss of composure here by the Grangers last 5-6 minutes of this ball game. And the Cadets will just, and there's another flag. Where did that one come from? Dead ball, unsportsmanlike against LaGrange. So tackle on another 15. So 30 yards of penalties here in the last, well, nothing's happened, but 30 yards of penalties. I don't know if they called that on the bench or what. So the ball was way back at the BC 34-yard line. And now the ball's all the way down at the 31 of LaGrange. And there's two ways you can look at it at this point with it getting out of control. You could say, all right, I'm about to stick another one in on you just to prove your point, or just, hey, we're one first down and we're out of here.
Well, I think BC is a little bit more disciplined than that. Coach Britt's played in plenty of ball games of this caliber. But he's a better man than me because I'd be running it up.
Clock rolls at 3:35. Cadets in no hurry. And again, they'll have first down. Looks like if we get there, we might see Stephen Cannon, the backup. He's taking some warm-up snaps here on the near sideline. Here's the snap. Give straight ahead. And inside the 20 goes Rashawn Matthews. That'll be a first down and a gain of 13. Inside 3 minutes to go. We'll chat with Danny Britt coming up on the Coach's Corner postgame show. We'll get his thoughts on this one, and obviously now a look ahead. .232 and rolling, still 22 to go on the play clock. A.J. DePhillips and company packing it up here in the offensive coach's booth. So I would imagine maybe another play or two, and then you might just need this thing out. Out of the flex bone, Luke on the end around. This is Houston Jackson. Houston goes straight ahead, and he'll get turned around. And another hard tackle. And now you see some more chippiness out there, as I think some folks have taken exception to the way this thing has gone here the last couple of minutes. A minute 40, clock rolls. And I think the Cadets might call a timeout here and put in the second unit. Minute 28. Clock still 30 on the play clock. So this thing is going to get down under a minute. BC's huddled up here on the near sideline. I thought maybe they were going to call timeout, but Jack Ganem in the ball game for BC at one of those running back spots. And it looks like BC's just going to kneel on it here with 56
They're
seconds.
going to shake it up after the game at this point.
And there's a knee. 47 seconds to go. They haven't started the play clock yet. See if BC will have to snap it. Nope, not going to make them snap it. And that's going to do it. And I think LaGrange is trying to get their players off the field here. And the BC coach is doing the same thing, trying to get their guys off the field. And you can see Danny Britt telling his guys to get off the field. And you're right, we may or may not have a post-game handshake. The Cadets are going to come over here and sing the alma mater. Danny Britt and company out there to shake hands with the other coaches. I don't know if we're going to have a team handshake or not. And BC's over here singing the alma mater. LaGrange coming out on the field like they want to shake hands, but I think with the way the game ended, Stevie, they don't need anything else happening after what was a frustrating third and fourth quarter for LaGrange for sure.
Nah, they can pack it on and take it back to the house.
Well, 31-7 final score. Stevie, your thoughts on this one, the way BC kind of took control of the ball game?
Oh, it was a great game. I mean, they did a great job. Obviously, towards the end with all the chirpy stuff. I mean, not very good job on the referee's part controlling the football game on the discipline side. Other than that, though, the BC Cadets did a great job tonight. They played, in my opinion, a complete football game all the way around. Obviously, some things to work on as we have North Oconee come down here next week. Really good football team, very well coached. Going to be a lot more disciplined in this football team here. But other than that, man, a win's a win. We're 2-0 in the playoffs. We move on to playing on Thanksgiving week, which is the best feeling in the world, and it's going to be a heck of an atmosphere next Friday night.
And it's going to be a home game. As you said, next Friday night against North Oconee, who's come to Savannah twice in the last couple of years when they came down and played in the regular season, then ended up coming back in the postseason, and that's when they won the first of the back-to-back state championships.
Yep.
Was that year they played North Oconee a couple of times. So we'll get a chance to see them once again as Coach Britt talks to his team. But again, tonight, you said a complete team effort offensively. They kind of did what you do. You put your good players, your playmakers out there. Bryce Baker, a couple of touchdowns. Nasir Samuel had a touchdown. Luke had a very solid game offensively. He had to play defense, and you really leaned on your big-time playmakers both sides of the ball tonight.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, Bryce Baker, listen, we'll discuss this, but got to be the player of the game, in my opinion. I mean, he had an incredible football game. Talking to Coach Holland at halftime while you guys were doing the halftime show, man, it's special with that guy with the ball in his hand. I mean, he's just a special player, and Luke did a great job of facilitating the football, as we talked about too. Just really hard to defend that type of offense, and like we said, when they're clicking, and it's fun to watch.
Final score, BC 31, LaGrange 7. We're coming right back for the Coach's Corner post-game show. We'll chat with Danny Britt and more here on WatchBCSports.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. We also know that every play needs a plan. And if you're running with the best of them, you need the experience of a company that's been around since 1934. Bernard Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance proudly support our players and coaches because we know what it takes to build a winning team that you can count on when the game gets rough. Bernard Williams Insurance and Financial Services. Trust in the power of the Shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Here to our post-game show. I'm Kevin Thomas, Stevie Powers. Tonight, BC, a big winner tonight. Again, Coach's Corner helping us bring you the post-game show. Best spot to go in town for all the big games. Georgia, Tennessee coming up tomorrow. Go to Coach's Corner. Great place to be. Great food, atmosphere for all the big college football games there as well on East Victory Drive there in Thunderbolt. But we get to the Coach's Corner here. Post-game show, Stevie, all-around effort for this team. Big runs by Bryce Baker, an interception for Bryce Baker. You had a pick six for a touchdown from Bubba Frazier. It really was all phases of the game tonight.
Yes, it was. It was a phenomenal football game to watch. I mean, they came out and put up 7 on us early. We started the game 3 and out. They go up 7-0, and then it was all BC from there. It was fun to watch, both sides clicking, and fun to be a part of.
And again, the confidence this team plays with is unbelievable. No panic at all. Coach Britt has said that a bunch. This team doesn't panic, and they didn't tonight as well. When they came down LaGrange, first play of the game, as a matter of fact, went 60 yards into the red zone and then set up their first score. So you could have thought, oh, backs up against it already, but they never panicked.
No panic in this team. Very mature football team, which is, again, they got a lot of leaders, a lot of guys that have. We talk about this week in and week out. A lot of guys that have played a lot of postseason football for this team. So, they've got a lot going for them right now. The train's rolling. It's going to be hard to stop.
Defensively, been really well. Give credit to Christian Gokel for feeding me the stats. Defensive points per game. We talk about the seniors on this team. 2020, when these guys were freshmen, defense gave up 27 points a game. 2021, 20.7. Last year's team, which was very good, 15.5. This year's team, 12 and 3/4 points a game defensively allowed here in 2023. They're doing something special.
Well, if we keep on that trend, we're going to have a really good football team in a couple of years, guys. No, that's awesome. That is a very impressive stat, and it's not. You look at schedule-wise, we're not playing lesser opponents.
Right.
I mean, look at the schedule we played at the beginning of this year. There's a New Hampstead, some really good football teams in our region as well, and then obviously throughout the playoffs, we've 7 points in the last month.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So they're doing a great job, and they're allowing that offense to get itself in the rhythm whenever it does. And so that's really awesome.
Time now for our Cool Vibes Pizza Player of the Game. And, Stevie, I think this one was decided early in the ball game, but it's got to be Bryce Baker. 2 incredible runs for a touchdown, an interception to stop a drive there as well. That was mostly in the second quarter. He did all that, but Bryce Baker doing it again.
Yeah, Bryce Baker is an incredible football player. We've been talking about it all year. The coaching staff has as well. Got to find a way to get the ball in his hands. He obviously plays both sides of the ball. He's a vital part of that defense. But offensively, how can we get him the ball to be the most effective to score points? Tonight, we did that early on. He breaks 2 big runs. Defensively, he gets a pick that really put a hole in their offense and what they were trying to do. So he had a hell of a game, and we need it next week too.
Absolutely. And Bryce Baker, our Cool Vibes Pizza Player of the Game. A heck of a night for that young man. Now you move on to the next round. As you mentioned, you're practicing Thanksgiving. Does it start to, I say get real. This team has been there last 2 years. But do you start to feel like, hey, we're on the verge once again, a couple more games, and we'll be this time in Mercedes-Benz potentially. But obviously a huge game in North Oconee going to be here next week.
I had the opportunity of playing in some of these games, these Thanksgiving games here when we used to play in Savannah State. The atmosphere at those games are amazing. You got all your friends that just graduated high school that may be a little older than you that are coming back from college because they're on break and they're at the game, and so many family and friends, people are off work. It's a packed house, and those are the best games. Next weekend is going to be electric. It's going to be so much fun. Perfect weather. Nothing like playing football on Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. And again, if the defense continues to play well, offense can score points. I've said this a bunch, and you know, Stevie, as we watch this team, when they play like that, I don't know who beats them.
Yeah, I agree.
And you hate to, I mean, you say that, and you goes, oh, come on. When they play like that, they are very tough out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's complimentary football in 3 different phases. I mean, Connor Ferguson had, 2 kicks that didn't go through the back of the end zone, and one of them he was kicking from about his 10-yard line.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, just all 3 phases of the game were dominated tonight by BC, and it's really hard to beat a good football team when they're doing that.
Absolutely. We'll come back. More to come here on the Coach's Corner postgame show. We'll look to chat with Danny Britt about tonight's win as they move on to the Elite Eight here in the state GHSA 4A playoffs. We're coming right back here on WatchBCSports.com.
Have I prepared enough? There'll be unexpected turns. When things get tough, I need to stick to the game plan. No regrets. I'm ready. Are you? Get ready. Contact Abel's Iron-On Moore & Associates today and see why they are different. Because nobody ever wishes they'd saved less for retirement.
Do you have what it takes to be the next all-star QB? Drop in the bucket. Nothing but net. That's right. Show your swagger. Grab your friends or play yourself at the beach, tailgating, anywhere. Test your skills. Take the challenge and see if you're the next all-star QB. Available in select sporting goods stores and at allstarqb.com.
The Coach's Corner post-game show. Benedictine a winner 31-7 over LaGrange. North Oconee going to come here next week. Some other quick scores from this Friday night. Savannah Christian at last check was up 26-10 on Morgan County. So if that holds, the Raiders will be moving on. Calvary was winning big 35-0 at half. They look to be in great shape to move on. New Hampstead really fell behind in the latter stages of that football game. I think at last check, 45-27. They're going to fall, but what a great season for Coach Hockman and New Hampstead and Bryan County. We mentioned them just down the road. Bryan County won their first ever state playoff game last week. Well, this week they won their second. They beat Pelham, so they're on to
That's awesome.
the third round for the first time for that school. So a lot of Coastal Empire football still to be played here, and we're going to have a lot of Thanksgiving football right here next week. And as you said, this team, the mission is to get to Atlanta. And again, that team seems to be unfazed. This team seems to be unfazed by the moment. And it's something that 17, 18-year-old kids, it's hard to believe, but they never seemingly change the way they go out and approach things.
Yeah, they don't. It's a maturity thing. And I think, the discipline of this program and Coach Britt and what he's established, it shows, especially late in the season. As we progress through the year, you see those lumps and bruises that we take offensively, defensively, we see those get fixed, and then you start playing really good football teams like we did tonight, and the discipline really shows, which it did. It got chirpy. Our guys did a pretty good – I mean, we had some early on, but as those things kept occurring, you saw more on them and less on us, and that's that discipline that really shows out. Those kids carry themselves with a lot of pride, a lot of discipline, a lot of character, and it showed tonight.
And I was going to say that the way that was going at the end, easy to get caught up in that kind of stuff, but really only a couple of times where you saw just retaliation kind of take over, but as you said, or sticking up for your guys. I know you said one, hey, I'll take that penalty. It's fine, but easy to get caught up in that stuff, and they didn't.
Yeah, no, it's really, really easy to get caught up in that, because when you see somebody pop your guy after the play, it's not something that you're really just willing to take, especially your BC brother. So it was good to see them kind of, hey, let's just move on. We got more to play for.
And that's just the stuff we see from up here. I'm sure it's what's being said is at times
probably not very nice.
A lot worse at times as well. But North Oconee, we've seen them before. Maybe a little different, obviously personnel from a couple years ago, but obviously a well-coached football team.
Really well-coached football team, and I'm extremely excited about playing them. I obviously most of everyone knows that I helped coach with the baseball side, and they put it to us a couple years ago in the baseball state championship on our field. So developed a little bit of a rivalry with this North Oconee team here over the past couple of years, both football and baseball and other sports as well. And so it's always fun when those guys come to town. I think it's going to be a really good ball game.
And again, a Thanksgiving day after Thanksgiving football game. Get out here early and support this BC football program. And again, the crowd phenomenal tonight. Again, kind of took a minute, but once that first run took place, the crowd was fantastic.
Yeah, it was. It was great. They were electric. They brought the energy tonight. Really looking forward to next week. It getting even better.
Yeah, we are waiting Danny Britt to join us. I think he's still chatting with somebody down there. You can see better than me.
My buddy Dennis Knight down there. He's a talker.
We'll say, Dennis, come on. Let the coach come up here and join us. But again, this is a program with the expectations that they have. You look at what's remaining. I know, Coach, I'll ask you because Coach won't look ahead, but you have a game with North Oconee, potentially Stockbridge, who you played last year. Mm-hmm. I believe that was the Friday after Thanksgiving last year in what was a really close football game. So this trek that you're making, I know a lot of folks say, oh, it's 3 in a row. But it's next couple of weeks or next week for sure. And then if you get there the week after that, it could be really, really tough football games.
Yep. You're looking at a tough road ahead. I mean, hey, you're down to the last 3. You know, they got 3 games left on the schedule if you can get that far. So, Coach Britt's approach to it is exactly what it should be. Just take it one game at a time. You got to go 1-0 every week for 3 weeks, and it's hard not to look forward to it, especially the fact that this year the kids get to play in the bins, which I know has been an absence over the last couple of years. But it's a really good opportunity for them, and we'll see how mature this team is next week.
And again, I think it's harder and harder to do that with kids these days. Say, hey, don't look ahead. Don't. It's like everybody's got the phone. Everybody knows what's It's like we know what's out
Twitter.
there. We know what's out there as far as that's concerned. But does a great job of keeping those guys in check. I believe Dennis has wrapped it up. We'll take one more break and let Coach come up here and join us. We'll get Danny Britt's thoughts on the ball game tonight when we come back with more on the Coach's Corner post-game show right here on WatchBCSports.com.
The honor, the heritage, the tradition of excellence. The home for Benedictine Cadets football is WatchBCSports.com. All the games, play-by-play, and in-depth analysis. Home of the Danny Britt Show. Be a part of the action as your Benedictine Cadets take the field in their quest for yet another championship. On the official home of the Cadets, WatchBCSports.com. And look for us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchBC Sports.
We are back here at Memorial Stadium as Coach Britt making his way up here. He's got a little bit of a walk to get up here. Dennis Knight's bending his ear again, so we'll.
I know, man.
We'll try to get Coach up here in just a little bit, but again, a big win tonight, 31-7 over LaGrange. Benedictine, as you can see on the screen, they're going to have North Oconee right here next week, and you get to the Elite Eight as a player now. This has been the goal. What are you feeling in that locker room right now? Even though a lot of guys have a lot of hardware, you start to feel like, okay, we're getting close once again.
Yeah, no, I think you get that feeling each week. You're a little bit closer. And you get hungry at this point in the season. Like, you're just like, I cannot wait to get out there on Friday night. Practice gets a little longer because you're just itching to get there. Our guys are off of school all next week. They got Thanksgiving break, so all they have to worry about is football, for a week straight, which I know Coach Britt loves that too. So, you're hungry. You're getting to that point. You can feel it. It's in the air. It's that time of year, especially a team who's been through it the past 2 years, made it all the way in. So you can tell those guys are ready to roll.
As a quarterback, your thoughts on Luke and kind of the way he's led this football team? A lot of people watching him, obviously. Yeah. And I know Coach Britt said, look, he's 5-star quarterback. He's committed to Florida State. Everybody thinks, he's going to throw for 10,000 yards in his senior year. He's like, that's not what we need him to do. Yeah. How do you think he's played the last few weeks especially?
Luke has so much to look forward to and so many eyes on him that it's impressive how well he's handled himself as a young man. It says a lot about his parents and how they've raised him. But he has just done a phenomenal job as a young man of just handling himself. Being the face of this program and being the quarterback at BC is not easy in this community, and he's just done an incredible job. He's got so many kids looking up to him. As a parent now, I look to him as somebody that I want my kid to look up to. So really impressed by Luke, and he's got a bright future ahead of him.
And again, he did a great job leading this team here tonight as Coach Britt has made his way up here high atop Memorial Stadium as the 31-7 win over LaGrange. And Coach, as we slide over here tonight, your thoughts on the way your team played tonight?
Yeah, I thought we physically played really well. I started slow again. I don't know, why we seem to do that all the time, but we do. But we seem to get it figured out. And but I felt like physically we played real well. Didn't really do a lot on offense in the second half, but we didn't get the ball.
Right.
I mean, part of that was the pick six, and then had a long drive, and then of course did the fake punt, which is 100% on me. As soon as they shifted, I should have called timeout and got the defense out there. But anyway, so we didn't have a lot of opportunity, and then of course at the end we were just trying to run the clock out. So proud of how, for the most part, we responded to the junk. There was a lot going on.
I was going to say it was very chippy, and a lot of things that I'm sure as a coach you didn't like to see. Some guys taking some late hits, some body slams that Stevie and I were saying, look, some of that stuff's just unnecessary. But for the most part, you guys didn't get caught up in it too badly.
Yeah, I felt like at first I saw a couple of guys and they were getting hot, and then I just saw a lot of guys, a lot of our leaders just, hey, get back, get out. Let's don't do anything. And, I started to take Luke out there because, I didn't want another cheap shot on him, but he was also the one calming everybody down, and, that's Luke. And so we finished it out.
Coach, tonight we've talked to every week to you about, hey, you got a special team of playmakers. You said there's going to come a point where we lean on our guys. Tonight, Bryce Baker, 2 incredible touchdown runs, interception for Bryce on the defensive side. I mean, he did a little bit of everything for you.
He's a dude. I mean, he's just a dude, and it's just like we got to use him as much as we can while we got him. And we don't want to hurt him. You don't want to get him so exhausted he can't, play well. But we got to use him, just like with Luke. Like we got to use him at every opportunity we can.
I was going to say, Luke had a couple of plays tonight on defense where you're going, man, you weren't afraid to stick the helmet in there, big guy, and lay the wood on somebody.
Anybody thinking he was afraid to stick? I never thought that, but I can tell you, Luke is. If he didn't have that bazooka attached to his shoulder, he'd be a major D1 safety. That's who he is. He just happens to have a freakish arm. So he's a quarterback, but his personality, his mindset is a defensive player.
And again, defensively, you guys played well again tonight. I know the first play of the game, they got a big play on you, but the past 12,
good defensively. The front seven is really, really stout and does a great job. And we got Zach Maxwell back. That was huge. And then we've got a number of guys we're rotating in there in the secondary who've gotten better and better as the years progress. So feeling pretty good about our defense.
And again, we talked about this on the broadcast tonight. A total team effort again for you guys, and it seems like obviously it's the right time of year. A complete game. I'm sure you'll find stuff on the tape, but a complete game from your team tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like it was. And like I said, you would question just, that didn't score offensively in the second half, but really we didn't have the opportunity. I know we punted a couple times, but with the long drive, pick six, long drive, fake punt, that sort of thing, there just wasn't much opportunity. And of course, at the end, we're just running the clock out. So, proud of that and feel like it was pretty much a complete game. Of course, I'll go look at the film and be upset, and we'll get after it on Monday. But feeling pretty good right now.
Hey, Coach, you got North Oconee. I don't know if that was put over the loudspeaker or not, but North Oconee, who you guys are familiar with, coming here next week for a home game.
Yeah, we do, and we've played them a lot. We know. I haven't seen them since last year. I know one thing, Coach Arndt does a great job. They'll be incredibly well coached, very well schemed. So we're going to have to get ready for that and get ready for a lot of different things. And I think, it'll be a big crowd. It'll be a lot of coverage. It should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And again, you get to practice on Thanksgiving,
yes,
which is what everybody wants to do in high school football. And
that's right.
No school next week. So how does that kind of work for you with obviously Thanksgiving, but just no school? Do you change anything up? Do you practice early, practice the same time? How do you do that?
No, we'll change the time. We'll do the exact same thing we do every week, but we'll start in the morning. I just told them we're going to go 9. So it'll be about 3.5 hours in total from 9 to about 12:30 on Monday and Tuesday. Not just all practice, but, awards and film and all the stuff. So I'll have to give them a little snack there as we're going. But and And then Thanksgiving, if everybody's listening, we'll go ahead and push that up to 8 a.m. so people can get right back home and spend the day with their family.
And then right here on Friday for
Yes,
for North Oconee, and a chance to move on to the Final Four. If you guys can come out victorious next week, Coach, appreciate the time. Thanks so much as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Danny Britt joining us here on the Coach's Corner postgame show. BC a big winner tonight. They will host North Oconee right here at Memorial Stadium, and you'll have it right here on Watch BC Sports again next week. So for Stevie Powers, I'm Kevin Thomas, Christian Gokel producing back at home. Thanks so much for watching here on this Friday night on WatchBCSports.com.